What's good? Happy Monday, Lucky Lefty Podcast. ONORA Boys in the building, brought to you by ONORA Whiskey, ONORAWhiskey.com. It is that premium American whiskey, ONORAWhiskey.com. And man, if you're going to drink, by all means, make sure that you do it
responsibly.
Yeah.
Do you know what time it is? Tell me, do you know? Do you know what time it is? Tell me, do you know? Do you know what time it is? Tell me, do you know? Do you know what time it is? Swizzy, hey, hey, I said, come on, hey, hey, I said, come on, hey, hey, I said, come on, hey, 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 talk to 'em. You getting money, homie? Show me if it's like that. You wanna grind, and you know it's really like that.
Lucky Lefty Podcast, ONORA Boys, MALIK, ZAIRE, SHAUN, Davis, ONORA Whiskey, Patreon.com/Lucky Lefty Network, Lucky Legends, the podcast, players only, the podcast. I love this part, Left.
Hey, back to getting money, keep it gully with my new take. Stunting is nothing, I'm pushing something new every day. Back on the grind, keep easy on your mind.
Right. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter X at Lucky Lefty Pop. Subscribe, share, hit the like button on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, audio edibles each and every day, man. Great weekend in the Midwest. I hope it's getting a little bit cooler out there for you on the West Coast, Left. Some great NFL football. We'll talk about that and how it relates to Notre Dame. There's a lot of stuff we saw yesterday. Hey,
I saw Notre Dame get called a lot yesterday.
Do your job. Coaches out there in America, do your job. Stop scapegoating players. Do your job, because you know what happens? Those players go to other situations that are better situations, and all of a sudden they blossom, and now we start looking at you crazy. Like, wait a minute. Hold on.
I thought you said
they couldn't play. I thought Justin Fields couldn't play. I thought Malik Willis couldn't play.
Oh, don't get me started on that.
I thought Sam Darnold was a bust. Yeah, we're going to get to it. We're going to talk about it right here at Lucky Lefty Podcast. But as always, we're the home of the misguided passion, man. We're here for you, LL Nation, ND Nation. And we're going to continue to make sure that we spin it
different.
Congratulations to our 5 winners. You will be contacted. You'll get your free t-shirts mailed out this week. No one, honestly, was super close in their prediction. I can be honest about that. No one was really close. So we had to do closest to the pin, tournament style. And yeah, we'll be sending out those 5 t-shirts. I had 2 of my prayers answered this week.
That's right.
2 of my prayers were answered. I think I've been praying and asking amiss a little bit offensively. So I'm going to reshape those coming up on Friday's show, Left. Because I believe in the power of prayer. I believe in the power of prayer.
That's right.
I don't know about anybody else. I believe in the power of prayer. And after my prayers being answered in that Purdue game and get 2 out of 3 in Miami, Ohio, I'll take 2 out of 3. But I'm shooting for 3 out of 3 against Lousiville. But I have to make sure I shape my prayer that is accurate.
You've been praying for them Illini too now. Them boys.
No, that ain't prayer. We just about that. Yeah. That's not prayer. We just about that. 9.5 points. 9.5 point favorite going on the road to Penn State. Oh, okay, we'll take it. Once again, you're down.
Oh, Vegas building y'all up.
Once again, not favorite. I'm not favorite. I said that wrong. 9.5 point underdogs.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say favorite. I try to set y'all up now.
No. Once again, because we were 9.5 last week against Nebraska. Now we're 9.5 again. You want us to prove it again?
Wait, but y'all did go to overtime. But
this is the beauty. Let me tell you how genius the expanding playoff is from this aspect, Left.
Oh yeah, because
people in Champaign. I don't know why, but people in Champaign are actually writing articles about making the playoffs. I said, "Oh, this is crazy." I said, "Okay, now relax." I was like, I haven't gotten to that meet the schedule yet. I'm reading this. I'm like, they must be talking about Illinois basketball. Like, what? Illinois football?
Giving y'all hope early now.
Shout out to Houston Griffin.
Houston Griffin down there changing lives.
As a director of recruiting. Saw him on the sideline next to Brett Bielema during the game. Houston, Notre Dame alum. You're bringing that Notre Dame charm down to Champaign. We appreciate you. Go get the rest of that talent. We appreciate you, Houston. Hopefully, in a couple of years, we can go ahead and whisper and say, come on home. Come on back home. Come on back home.
Well, director of recruiting, I need to be involved in that too.
You cut your teeth.
Yeah.
You cut your teeth down in Champaign. It's time for you to come on back home.
You cut your teeth down there and got something going.
Mm-hmm. Come on back home. Lucky Lefty podcast. All right, Left. We're gonna start things out, man. It's sad to hear before we get to Malik's post-snap read and the things he saw, the good and the bad, after Saturday's decisive yet disappointing to some win over Miami, Ohio. This one hurts, Left, and not for the normal reasons or the usual reasons. Usually when a young man jumps in the transfer portal or makes plans to jump in the transfer portal, fans either say good riddance or fans are really upset, right? In this instance, I think there is nothing but love for all Notre Dame fans.
Yeah, all support.
Notre Dame defensive back Jaden Mickey has decided to take a red shirt for the rest of the season, and he's going to jump into the transfer portal this offseason. I love that kid so much, man. Because this goes to what you talked about on Players Only last week. Like the brotherhood, the blood, sweat, and tears, what it truly means to get that varsity letter at Notre Dame. Like, it's not like any other place where they really don't give a darn about you from an academic standpoint. There's really no academic pressure. It is really an all-inclusive brotherhood, unlike most schools in the Power Four. And so to be part of that and to just basically be exemplary on the field, off the field, in your life, in your faith, to live it day by day, for it to be seen through every situation, through the pick sixes, through the turmoil, through the struggle that his mom went through her passing the day before the Sun Bowl, his performance in the Sun Bowl, the love that he shared with this fan base, the excitement and intensity he brought from day one that he got here. The first time I watched him in a spring practice, I'm telling you, man, he has given everything to this university. And I respectfully say that I hope everyone that's part of the Notre Dame fan base and Notre Dame at large would give this young man an ovation today.
Yeah.
For what I would consider to be probably one of his toughest decisions ever. Ever. You're talking about having to make a business decision and to choose business over your heart.
Yeah.
This is a great example. Like, he is very well aware of the talent of a Leonard Moore, the talent of a Carson Hobbs, the talent of a Cree Thomas that's coming. He's very well aware that he wants an opportunity to play on the exterior as a defensive back. Probably was opportunity to move to the inside, but Jordan Clark is playing so darn well on the inside. He's probably on track to get that Notre Dame degree. He's still in classes as he redshirts. He's probably going to take classes over the summer and be on campus over the summer. Bo Collins did the same thing with Clemson. He didn't show up to Notre Dame immediately. He stayed at Clemson, finished up, and then came to Notre Dame in the fall. So this young man more than likely is going to leave with a Notre Dame degree. He's going to leave with the respect of the administration, his coaches, his teammates. The love and the brotherhood will remain. And I'm sure there are family reasons to be closer to home, to want to support his father. Because people forget it. I just went through this, bro. Like, you get so caught up in your loss.
Yeah.
In my own loss, Left, I had to realize, like, my mom spent 3/4 of her life with this dude.
Yeah.
Like if I'm hurting, if my siblings are hurting, I can only imagine. And she's in a place now, bro, where we encourage her to go take trips, and she's like, I feel guilty going anywhere without him. You know what I'm saying? So I can only imagine as a son being this far away
and making that decision
and having to deal, encouraging his father, but there's only so much you can do. There's only so much you can do. But being closer helps. Right? And
Yeah.
like you asked me, like, what do you think he goes? I'm like, he definitely goes closer to home. He definitely goes to the West Coast where his family can get to his games much quicker.
He's just around more.
He can be around more. Absolutely. Absolutely. So round of applause. Round of applause to Jaden Mickey, what he brought to this program, the impact he leaves on this program, the way he played the game, the way he approached it, the mentor he's been to younger players, and how he's never been a detractor from anything that Notre Dame is trying to do. Great young man, great family. Our prayers and our continued support will continue to flow towards them. And
yeah, I mean, it's definitely a bittersweet ending and beginning, you can say. I think, you take some of that monkey off your back with Notre Dame, and as political and frustrating and the things that happen there can definitely cause you to lose focus out on your own personal life. Because, I mean, every day is intense. Every day looking around like, okay, how do I take that next step? Because that's what Notre Dame is. It's a true bubble. And I think stepping out of that bubble would probably be a little bit more vulnerable. Like you said, moving closer to home, getting out of the situation at Notre Dame where, if you ask him, he probably thinks there's a lot of things going on within the team where he feels like he could probably help and do better. And the competition and coaches deciding different things, that can be heavy on you outside of your personal life that he probably compartmentalized in a lot of ways. And it probably did affect him in a lot of ways in terms of getting ready for a Notre Dame situation. Like, this is not a place where you just roll into. I don't see too many players rolling in Notre Dame and just play all 4 years and it just be perfect. And, you're going to go through a lot of different adversity. So I think him stepping away from that and getting some fresh air and getting a chance to get some better weather over there in the West Coast where family is can probably, get his mental back right in a lot of circumstances, because he does have his dad. He does have other family members that, in retrospect, probably grew a lot closer to going through a situation. And you about to be a redshirt junior, right? Redshirt senior?
Sophomore. Redshirt sophomore.
Yeah, hell, you got
No. He's redshirt. Yeah, you were right, Lev.
Yeah, redshirt junior. So you got
maybe a sophomore, redshirt sophomore, because he only played 2 years.
Yeah, damn, you got damn near 3 because he was there COVID, right? So you got. Well, when does that new rule come into effect where they just give you another?
No, I don't think that COVID year. That new one probably comes in
while he's still there, right?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Either
so
way, he's gonna have 2 years of eligibility left.
Yeah, he got damn near 2, possibly 3 years. Like, it's a second life, college football standpoint. So this next decision is really big, and we've seen it work out for guys like Rico and other guys to make the transition to get closer.
Clarence Lewis.
Exactly.
Of course, he went up against a big-time NFL wide receiver prospect, the kid from Stanford that Notre Dame is going to face. But, he's been playing really well for Syracuse.
Yeah, he made a couple plays. And I like their coaching staff over there. They got my dog Ross Douglas. I know over there as a coach. So, I think his next move is his best move, right? That's what they always say. And for him to be in a position where he can get he can graduate huge.
Yeah.
Huge. You graduate and you got a second chance at life and do football. And wherever you go next, you're not going to have the strenuous thought on your mind of, oh, I got to graduate or, school. Yeah, you chill, get you a little master's or something, and then spend that time developing your brand, the NIL. I mean, you got a lot of things that you can look forward to once you went through that rite of passage of getting through Notre Dame. And they say you make it in Notre Dame, you make it anywhere. So I think for him, it's only going to get greater later. And it also sticks to Notre Dame's a tough place, man. That window passes. And with a position group like the DBs, with what Mike Mickens has going on, hey, hey, Carson Hobbs, hey, you better make that play next time, right? Because
right.
Because all of it matters. All of it matters because that's kind of the standard of the high standard that we appreciate in that secondary, but it's there for a reason. So I think it naturally weeds out the guys that can be there and have gotten moved over, but that's okay because it's not a bittersweet ending either. I think Jaden Mickey clearly understood what was going on. He started seeing more freshmen get in there, old guys holding it down. He like, I'm running out of plays, running out of time to get in there. Not that I can't do anything, but hell, these guys coming in not playing around, these young guys not playing around. So, where do I see myself? So I'm super excited, and his process is going to be a lot smoother than other guys that have left in tumultuous situations or different circumstances. So, you can't be anything but happy for this young man, and then I think he's going to be better for it. I mean, he's going to go into a situation where his experiences are going to be a lot more skewed and prepared and been through something. So when he goes to this next team, he may be giving them a wealth of knowledge and experience. Because he's going to be on the radar. Oh, he's Notre Dame? Okay, we take him in a heartbeat. And we've seen the effect of what Notre Dame has on other programs. Clarence Lewis, probably one of the top DBs over there. At Notre Dame, he in the mix, and so it just shows you can definitely get better leaving. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all about fit and opportunity.
I'll tell you something offline. I wish I could share with the people. This is too much. I would probably cause a problem. We would probably get a phone call if I shared this bit of information. So I'm not going to do that, man. Lucky podcast. But I'll let you know something you just said sparked the conversation I had this weekend. So once again, Jaden Mickey, he red shirts, really smart. That cutoff is coming against Lousiville. It would be the 5th game, 4-game cutoff. He's still able to red shirt. You make the decision.
Plus you see the benefits of a transfer portal. Just imagine if he didn't have transfer portal.
The portal opens in December now.
Oh, hell yeah. Listen. You in a good spot because if that portal wasn't there or available or had access, you'll be really frustrated. That's when you like, man, I hate being here.
Yeah. Notre Dame had a couple of visitors that we'll talk about this weekend. I came in and someone asked me on the message board, like, do you think their decision will go into February? And I'm like,
I hope not.
With the portal opening up like days after the National Signing Day, like, no, like kids aren't going to be waiting anymore. Like, you would be a fool to bypass signing with a team unless you're just one of those top guys.
You want to make sure also you got you a little team when you going into the transfer portal and you have some direction because, it's thousands of guys that get into that portal and don't have the team to carry you through to another team. You going on based on you hope they find you.
Yeah.
And with the transfer blowing up like it is, I hope that you got your ducks in the line and you done heard from a couple teams already, which, that helped my process. I heard from a couple teams while I was still there. So it was like, okay, I can make an easier decision to leave instead of leaving on a whim and hoping somebody called me. That's a way worse position.
Who actually brought the team plane to South Bend's airport?
Oh, Auburn. Gus Malzahn, my dog. Gus Malzahn. 5 minutes from the
What is it with Auburn coaches and left-handed Notre Dame quarterback?
Oh man,
What is that? You started that crap. So Notre Dame fans, we need to blame you. We need to blame you for this Deuce Knight stuff.
Oh yeah, all he did was land, and he brought his iPad and started going through the players. We got this guy. We got this guy. We got this guy. We got this guy. What you think? I'm like, Coach, I already, He said, if you don't come, I got to take Jared Stidham. I'm like, shit, I'm already going to Florida, man. What's up? But, I mean, hindsight, maybe that would have been a good move. Them 2 years at Auburn was good for Jared Stidham.
Nah, I was about to say something. I still think you should have gone to Wisconsin. Honestly.
Oh, man, definitely, man. Listen, oh, man. My bad, Coach Rudolph. He my dog, though. Coach Rudolph, he was still there, I think, that year. He was still there. And Coach Chris, he was still there. So, they two really good, obviously good coaches. Look at what Rudolph's doing now at Notre Dame. And, I knew I always had an eye for him. So, yeah, man, the recruiting portal, I'm happy for Jaden Mickey. I think he's going to make a great decision. And then, hell, if he don't, he can make another one. It's the transfer portal.
Thanks. Hey, Tyler Benz, thank you for always tapping in. He said, I ran into Pendleton's dad while I was leaving the game. And then literally right after, Ryan Clark was walking into the student gate, told him his son played well. And he said, thanks, really cool moment. Yeah, I got Ryan Clark. He's taking a little heat on social media, man, for his Jay-Z his Jay-Z story when he met him.
What did he do? He said
he met him at the white party, man, and Ruben's white party, and Jay-Z floated. He was floating when he was walking towards him, and he was trying.
Ryan Clark is trying to cross over into that media personality.
Not mad at him.
He's trying to get there. He's trying to get to that Michael Straight hand.
He wants to host entertainment tonight. Yes.
Yeah, he wants that Nate Burleson. Yes. He's trying to get that track real bad.
Yes. That's good money, though. That's a good check, though. That's a good check.
Man, he's gonna be working. He's gonna be working on everything. You're gonna see him.
That GMA check, boy. Yeah, that's good stuff.
He is. He's trying to get to that Nate Burleson and Michael Strahan. He said, I'm bigger than football right now. It's bigger than football.
Yeah, I'm not mad at him at all. Keep it going and keep representing Notre Dame as much as you can. Wear that Notre Dame gear. Lucky Lefty podcast. All right, Left, it's time for your post-snap read. Malik's post-snap read each and every Monday right here, Lucky Lefty podcast. We know you gave your 3 keys and your pre-snap based upon what you saw, Left. How did things line up with what you expected, what you predicted, and what you saw from Notre Dame on Saturday?
Let's go with 3 keys. 3 keys we had a receiver for 50 yards. I said 2 of them.
You did say that.
I think we had 1.
You would have gotten 2, but the pass interference. I mean, you would have come back.
Would have had 2 though.
Yeah.
Would have had 2. And then the other one was what was it? Score early in the first half?
Yes.
We didn't do that. It was 3-0 at halftime. That was insane.
It was what?
Wasn't it 3-0 at halftime or something like that?
Nah, bro.
What was it at halftime?
Dude.
I remember tweeting, missed the half because I had to coach 11-year-olds. I missed the half but didn't miss nothing. So I'm trying to think. It was a low scoring first half, right? It was like 7-3 or something like that.
14-3 left.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm sitting laughing like, bro, there's no way.
It felt crazy. It felt crazy because we scored at the end of the half. It wasn't like it was just anyway.
I understand what you're saying. The feel of it though. Didn't matter what the score was. It felt like
it felt like it was 3-0. So so 2 of those, and then I had a defense to hold them to a certain amount, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I think defense being so good is, I think, which makes it a little worse for offense because you're like, damn, all they're doing is getting 6 points. We can't make this margin greater. Now, in terms of Vegas, we hit our marks for Vegas, right? We was a 27.5.
No.
We didn't even hit Vegas marks.
No.
No, he was 27.5, right? No, he was 28.5.
They won by 5.
Wait, hold on.
I mean, they won by 25. I'm sorry.
25. Yeah, we won by okay.
I'm bugging.
Oh man. The clean sheet. Let's just talk about the clean sheet because
Notre Dame football, ladies and gentlemen, bet the under this year. Bet the under.
But that's the standard. You usually bet the under for Notre Dame, though. But overall, I mean, we won the game, man. So let's just start there. You can't be mad that we won the game. Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, being very, very picky and being a biased fan and being a guy that's confident in what we have and know what we have, it was underwhelming in that aspect. But from the general landscape, you won the game, so it's hard to be complaining when you won. It's hard to go hard about things when you win. So you got to give credit to the team for getting that done. Defensively, just another amazing performance. Al Golden hypes up the other team so much that I think they believe it.
I don't know who does a better job, Al Golden or Marcus Freeman.
Oh my God, Marcus Freeman can't say the same thing. He can't. He can't.
He was talking about Gabbert, the quarterback from Miami, Ohio, post game. Like, oh, he's so smart. Just,
oh my gosh, yeah, like
such a good quarterback. I'm like, and remember the quarterback that he said was, man, oh, he's a great quarterback for Northern Illinois. He looked like a bum against Buffalo on Saturday.
Like, and then Northern Illinois losing to Buffalo. You're like, man, this is why you can't let people win in week 2 like this, because it is. They do performances like this, but they can always say, but we beat Notre Dame, so what's it matter? We already won our Super Bowl, so what?
Yeah.
So Thomas Hammock don't care about losing to Buffalo. He's like, man, I won my Super Bowl. He's like, I got a contract extension after week 2. I'm not tripping.
I hope the Buffalo coach calls him to say, man, I can help you out.
But you know what? Nobody's gonna care. That's the difference. Nobody's gonna call Thomas Hammock and ask him about losing to Buffalo. His media tour is over. It's over. He ain't getting no more Barstool or Jason Whitlock. They ain't calling him no more. That was over with. That just showed you the magnitude of what Notre Dame carries, because now they want to know the secrets. Ain't no secrets anymore. You already blew the lid off of that.
But yeah, okay. Bo Collins, like you said, Bo Collins and Chris Mitchell would have been, if it wasn't for the pass interference, you would have had your 2 receivers over 50 yards.
And that's crazy that we have to. That's still a low expectation. Okay. Offensively, I thought the O-line gave us a good opportunity to do some things. The run game is just so. I wonder what Dina McCullough thinks of the run game when Riley Leonard is the leading running back every game, or the second leading rusher, or the first leading rusher in damn near every game. I wonder what Dina McCullough.
Let's save that from Marcus Freeman's presence. We'll save that because we can get into it. We can get into it. There's a lot of stuff to get into because I'm still wondering if the defensive line is still being tricked in the run game.
Oh my God. Yeah, like
we'll talk.
They ran really well in the first half.
Dude, they were the worst rushing team in FBS. They came into Notre Dame Stadium as the worst rushing team in FBS. The worst.
Can't be worse.
The worst. The worst.
With a ST, like the last, they're the bottom. And was giving us a couple of issues, but that's an energy and effort thing. I think I think that's pure.
That's more energy and effort, bro.
That's not a scheme thing. It's like you just got to be like they're the worst, and I'm gonna act like it.
Nah, we'll talk about it. We'll get to that. But go ahead.
Obviously, the quarterback situation is more to be desired from, but for what he's asked to do. He puts up enough numbers to be happy with winning the game. I think everybody just understands that in different circumstances, he won't be able to break off 50-yard runs untouched. That's not going to be very practical in bigger situations with teams with better defenses. And so I think that's what people are more worried about. Is that like, yeah, that works against them. That ain't gonna work against other people. So I think that's something that we want to see better. And then obviously the pass game. It's just we got too many weapons against teams that will have a hard time defending us if we just make the easy plays. And his misses are just bad. You know, his misses are just like, oh, that's bad. It's not like it's just like right there. It's like you hitting a guy with a ball, hits the dude so hard. It's like, man, that's just a bad miss, you know. So I don't even know if you clean that up, but that's just what it is. So I think that puts a damper on the feelings of the game. But overall, I mean, we won the game in good fashion. Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price are two great backs. Would have liked to see the tight ends get involved a little bit more, but it's unfortunately it's a Riley show right now. We go as he goes offensively, and so when he's fumbling, when he's not having his greatest day, I think it's tough because you then are putting everything on him when you don't have to, and we're determined based off of how good he does. And I think we have a lot of players where we don't have to have that be the case, but I feel like that's the only way that he can play. Remember, I told you before he got here is that his whole game is about him doing everything.
Right.
And his challenge is going to be that he doesn't have to and to use everybody else around him. And unfortunately, we haven't figured that out because it's definitely the Riley show. Is he's going to throw it 30, he going to run it 30. And if he don't do it those many times, what do we get out of him? We just be like, damn, he's really bad then. Because if we didn't run as much, if we didn't force the runs and call runs for him, what would his stats really be? Like, seriously, if we didn't have 15 calls where we're saying, Riley, you're running the ball, what would his numbers really be? Seriously. It'd be a lot.
It's crazy for him. Okay.
So it's like if
for him to make an impact,
he has to carry the ball.
Maybe I'm looking at it wrong. Him carrying the ball takes away from the best player. Once again, Riley Leonard's not the best offensive player on this team.
He's not, but we have called the offense. We have made the offense.
In order to get him going,
he has to be the main attraction.
You have to defer away from your best offensive players. No, your best players.
Yeah.
The key to offense is to get the ball to your best players.
Facts. So that's our whole thesis.
But in order to get the quarterback going, you have to take the ball out of the hands
of our best players. Because Jaden Grayhouse is a good player, a great player.
We just started with Jadarian and Jeremiah.
That's what I'm saying. So how does Dina McCullough feel when we? So that's the only issue I think that most people get frustrated with is that we're like, man, we got Chris Mitchell, got Bo Collins, got all the Jadens, got the running back room, not just a running back. We got a running back room. We got a tight end room. We got inside guys, outside guys. Our favorite Jordan Faison's back. We're only seeing one thing come out of that offense.
Mm-hmm.
Is Riley left, Riley right, Riley down the middle. And then when we break up those runs with throws, they're skipping rocks, hitting guys behind, missing open guys. It's just not a flow to the offense that I think everybody anticipated with the transfers, this, that, and the third.
You talk about the front. How frustrated is Mike Denbrock? Wait a minute, because my knowledge of offensive football pales in comparison to you and Mike Denbrock. You played for the man. You know the type of coach. You got a notebook. You got a notebook right there that you use to teach young quarterbacks and teach offense. Still to this day, that was inspired by Mike Denbrock. So this is my question. When you build an entire game plan around, okay, these are the plays I'm calling early to get him settled in the passing game, and he can't make the layups. Ladies and gentlemen, my question is, what else now? Okay, now is Mike Denbrock, is he grasping for straws now? Because he's like, yo, I thought I was going to be able to go to the next 5 plays based upon this, but he can't even hit this.
It's the same analogy as teachers in these public schools teaching to pass the kids through the standardized test. They're not teaching math. They're teaching to the math test, the standardized test, so they can pass that. They're not teaching math. They said this is how you pass the test. And you limit yourself so much as a teacher because you want to, there's different ways to solve things, different way to do math, different way to problem solve, but we can only do it one way because I need you to pass this standardized test. It robs the kids. And for Denbrock, he literally, less than 365 days ago, less than maybe 280 days ago, had 2 first-round receivers, a 4,500-yard quarterback, and a Heisman to win on top of that. With all those guys that he just had, Brian Thomas is the leading open receiver in the league right now, meaning he has the biggest win percentage on routes. That's one of the receivers he had. The other receiver
is a dog.
The first round,
absolute dog. Give him the Offensive Rookie of the Year trophy now. And he's doing it with a bum at quarterback, which is absolutely amazing. But go ahead, love.
And not to mention his quarterback is damn near leading the league for rookies in rushing, and is a winning quarterback in the league, and a first year guy. So yeah, he's coming from that to making a complete 180 in his play calls and his schemes and the way he does things. He's got to take the blunt, the blame for a lot of this. Unnecessarily at sometimes. He's in his office like, man, there's so many things I can say to take the blame off of me. He's like, there's so many things I can do to just to move the goalpost over there to focus not on me, but he has to take that. And a lot of it is because he left to get better at the things that they couldn't do at Notre Dame. And now you coming back to not be able to do the same things is crazy. So he's racking his brain probably late night, staying up, putting together what can we do? And I think that's a different tone when you're trying to say, how are we going to beat this team? So I think that handcuffs Mike Denbrock and probably builds a little resentment because it's like, dude, we don't have to be like this.
No.
I think that's what the offense, if I had the outside looking in perspective and mentality, they probably like, man, we don't have to struggle like this. What did Gino Gaduli think? That's on him too, technically. He probably like looking in his quarterback room, and you know them quarterbacks trying to pull him to the side. Hey, coach, what's going on? Steve probably like, hey, Gino, what's up, man? You think I'm that trash? Gino like, man, we're going to get you in there, man. Don't worry about it. He's in here. But what are the conversations that's being had? Because I know that the offense isn't sitting there being like, yeah, we won, and we did it, and we.
It's just funny. I'm glad you brought up teachers in the public school system because I'm blessed to be surrounded by, I think we have 4 retired teachers in our congregation, and we currently have 1 principal, 1 assistant principal, and I think 5 other teachers. So we have a lot of educators at our church, and the one thing they all say, don't believe any educator that tells you that they don't have a preference.
Oh yeah.
Every educator, whether it's the grade they want to teach, where their skill set fits, there's certain people like, I don't want to teach high school at all.
For sure. I can't teach anything lower than 3rd grade. I can't do it.
Yeah, give me them when they are locked in, and I can get them to actually pay
listen and respond.
Yes, absolutely.
And then the cutoff, then you get the cutoff. I can't do beyond 10th grade because they don't want to listen,
Right. So I say that to say I can only imagine Gino from a developmental standpoint saying, man, I love these youngsters.
Oh my God, he probably has more
loyalty. I love these youngsters, right? Because I don't have to break anything down. They're wide open. I can build. But what you want me to do with that?
Yeah, how can Gino help this kid?
Especially if you're crunching it to 1 year. He just missed time. I didn't have time to work with him in the spring. He didn't get the majority of the snaps in the fall.
Y'all drop him on me.
And now you want me to crunch the prep time to get him ready to make an impact
He's probably I don't even know this guy for real. I bet you they're sitting in the meeting rooms and be like, I don't even know this kid enough to be like pull from past experiences where I can say this is what I can pull out and he can just do. Which is why my whole point of the transfer thing is that if we're going to commit like we're committing, then we need to be looking like Duke on offense. I'm so serious. We should say, Riley, you're transferring, but also your playbook is going to transfer.
Yeah.
And that's the only way. Because now you're asking a kid that nobody knows how to coach, nobody knows how to surmise everything that they've worked on for not even 1 year. We're talking about 4 months. 6 months if we're being generous. Denbrock knows what we did last year and what our point total average was last year and how we did things last year. He can't even refer to last year's film. How? What can Mike Denbrock look at anything from last year and take from with a guy that just got there that they don't even run the stuff he ran over there at Duke? So we're literally putting a square peg into a circle hole. It don't fit. So it's not a reason to complain about what he can't do because that's going to continue to happen because it's a bad fit. It is what it is. Like you're too late and too deep into the season to be trying to recoup and recover and try to make things work because the schedule's only going to get tougher considering there's no more MAC teams left. Thank God, because shit, if we played a decent MAC team like Eastern Michigan or something. Oh my God. Bowling Green. Yeah,
walked into Texas A&M.
It takes
almost
so
almost won at Penn State. They almost put out at Texas A&M.
Yeah, like I hope they probably like, damn, we wish we had Notre Dame. We would have definitely got them. So I think Freeman, this is where Freeman comes in. I don't think he did a great job of setting the table for a Mike Denbrock, a Gino Gaduli, offensively, just offensive staff. I don't think he set the table right because if anything, it sounds like his input on the quarterback mattered more than anybody. Because Denbrock's not no fool now. Denbrock probably saw these bad practices happening and was like, okay, you can probably look down the sideline and be like, you see what I'm seeing? You want to rock with this? Because ain't no way you can tell me and go in that meeting room. Because then we got to talk about this whole practice thing. Denbrock is not a guy that goes to practice and has bad practices and lets mistakes go. I've never known him to do that. So that's when I'm starting to hear, oh, we practicing bad feet, bad eyes, bad ball. Oh, we need to clean up this, clean up. I'm like, that don't even sound like Denbrock. Because Denbrock is wasn't he the one that created Next Man In? I'm pretty sure when Kelly was doing all this Next Man In, Denbrock and him was creating that together. Because that's all I heard when I was there. That's why I was so like, what's going on? This Next Man In thing that's in Denbrock's DNA.
Yeah. So
they hear bad practices, making mistakes, guys need to clean things up. I'm like, I'm sure Denbrock's looking at practice like, is this what you want to do for real? Because there's no way. Not with capable guys on the roster. Now, that'd be different which is another thing. You make our QB room look so bad every week. You make Gino look so bad every week when we are like forcing it to the point where we have to question if we even have anything else in the room. You have us questioning our own logic. Because there's no way elementary stuff that we wouldn't let pass any years before this that you letting this pass now. And there's no explanation for it. And I'm sure, you can look at the stats and be like, well, he had 300-yard combined offense. Well, yeah, the game is going through you. Because if you didn't have 300 combined offense, we would have lost. That's how you know it's everything is tied to Riley. Because Riley having a good day is the only thing that matters.
Yeah.
Which puts us in such a small box, Marcus.
What do you think about your third part of your keys was special teams, bro? It was not a good day. Well, we got the punting right. We did get the punting right. Fine.
The punting was better, but
come on, bro. He had a 53 to 54 and pinned him inside the.
Yeah, it was better for sure. No, it was better than what we was doing.
That's who he is. Let him punt traditionally. Why are we toying around trying to find different ways? Like you said, when have you ever seen Notre Dame rugby punt?
Win. Like we be too smart for our own selves or something. So yeah, special teams was better, but whatever we had that special sauce to make that impact when our previous special team coach was here, maybe that was just a him thing, but that's the type of energy what a team that we have now could use because it can shorten the field on punt return and kick return for our offense to not have so much room for mistakes, And so I think overall, I think our offensive play just affects the team, man. I think it affects special teams. I think it affects our defense to a certain extent. Now, thank goodness our defense is overpoweringly one of the better units in the country. Now, just imagine if we had an average defense. Just imagine if we had a below top 25 defense, which is standard for some teams. What if we had a below top 10 defense? I mean, where would we really be at? I would see a lot more losses. If we had a below top 10 defense, now top 10 is not an easy thing to get. That's why I'm saying this is so extreme and why the defense needs to be celebrated a little bit more. Our defense is legit top 10. There's a lot of teams that are doing well with not a top 10 defense because their offense is working pretty well too. Hell, Texas A&M defense isn't top 10, but they still winning games. Hell, their offense ain't top 10, but they're still winning games. We're living on two opposite ends of the spectrum. That's what makes it so frustrating is that we have such a good defense that it covers for the extreme difference that we have in our offense. Like there's no in between.
No.
Which is kind of odd. Because for us to be so extremely different, but Denbrock went into the season saying we're going to be top 10 too. So what happened?
What happened? You know what happened. I don't even want to hop in that Uber with you.
So
you know what happened. You know what happened. I think all of their eyes were open at a certain point this fall. I'll leave it at that.
Yes,
I'll leave it at that.
And so
I'll leave it at that.
And it don't make it no better when you get Texas every week, just rolling in their freshman Arch Manning, and he just go in there and just 5 touchdowns easy. He has to add 2 picks, but 5 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, offense can't be that hard.
Left, as we get ready to close and go over to Marcus Freeman and what he said and some of the players after that win over Miami, Ohio, you want to talk about this because it caught your attention on social media.
Passing touchdown of the season. What do you see from his play?
You know what? He was consistent. You know, there's some throws he's got to make. He knows that. We'll clean it up in practice. Or guess what? If we don't like the way those plays in practice, then don't call him. You know, so we got to continue to put him in position to have success. He had a lot of success today, and proud of the way he leads this offense.
Thanks, Coach.
Don't call him. I know Denbrock probably punched a hole in his TV. He like, what are you talking about? We spent all day game planning, and now you talking about don't call him? What we game playing for? What did I sit there all day, watch film, and be like, okay, these pass plays gonna work. This is what he knows. We're gonna do. And then you talking about don't call him. That's just a terrible, terrible, terrible cop-out. A terrible, terrible, terrible excuse. How do you say don't call him, but then say he's been consistent? What has he been consistent at? Because he fumbled in the run. He fumbled in the big run. It almost made me even go crazier. I'm like, we can't run or throw now. So what has he been consistent at? I think the team has been consistent around him. The team has been consistent
around him. That offensive line on the left side has not been consistent.
They haven't been consistent, but they've been better effort.
They're regressing, bro. Sam Pendleton.
The left side's regressing? I don't think the left side.
Did you see Sam Pendleton on Saturday?
Sam Pendleton had a tough day, for sure.
I was about to say, what game are you? What game did you? I know you were with your under.
He was having some issues. You were with your Brian, what's his name? Brian Ugu or Uge or something like that. Now that kid specifically was good last year though. The Brian number 8
That's
kid.
That should be on a higher level.
Yes, I'm saying he's gonna be on a
like, yeah.
He's a little different because he's not no MAC player. Let's just not that MAC players don't have no good. You know what I'm saying? They've struggled, but you're right, Ryan Roberts. He's actually a good guy. That was a good challenge for a young tackle left guard. But even still, I think when you don't hit enough explosive plays, you don't have great continuity or flow for an offense, you're gonna get in positions where it's gonna be one-on-one, where you're gonna not have the right amount of leverage because the defense is keying in on you now. Defense knows what we're doing. Let's just make this clear. There is no team right now that we play that defensively is looking at Notre Dame like how we looked at NIU and say they're going to trick us. No defense is going to say Notre Dame is going to come out and trick us like we get tricked on our defensive line. So when you don't have no scheme in that aspect,
our defensive line is not getting tricked. But go ahead.
No, they told you they're getting tricked. And they told you they're getting tricked. So I may not know a lot, but if I'm gonna listen to what they saying, they said they were getting tricked out there. Okay. No defensive line is gonna say that about our offense because they know what's coming. They know what's coming. It's no different than being in 3rd and 14. You most likely are going to pass the football. So D-line are like, pinning my ears back, and we getting active. What we're doing offensively is so simplistic. Hell, at least we used more trades and motions last year. You know what I mean? We used more trades. So I think because of that, you put our young O-line in a tough spot because now the defense knows what you're doing. They know that you got some inefficiencies in certain aspects, and they're just going to attack it. We're not getting the defense on their toes where they're like, it's just pass and run. They're like, this is most likely going to be run.
See Notre Dame use the aggression from pass rushers against their youngsters to their advantage.
No. Well, we can't call a lot of different things, man.
Even the screen game, the shovel pass game, anything to make them think twice. Like, oh snap, we haven't seen that.
But we can't go.
But Marcus Freeman is like, yo, don't call it.
Don't even call it. Don't even call it. So if we're not calling things, we can't get the edge or leverage. Like this is why, always I think it's a defensive coach thing. Defensive coaches think it's all easier if we just cut back on everything. Well, unfortunately, that's only easier for the defense. That's not easier for the offense because now tendencies start to appear more. Weaknesses and different things you want to do defensively to counter that become more apparent because it's not like you got to watch a bunch of tape now. If you're not calling shit, well, hell, you're only watching half the tape you will watch. I mean, let's be serious. If you cut down what we already cut down, how much tape do you need to watch on Notre Dame to know what they're doing? Not a lot. That only, like Marcus Freeman says, gives them confidence to come play us because they know exactly what we're going to give them. So that's Ryan Roberts talks about Kyle McCord. Kyle McCord beat us. So that's why he didn't get a call. If he didn't beat us, we probably would have a hard decision between him and Riley. Because the only times we take quarterbacks is when we beat them. And that gives them the right to come over here. We whoop Sam, he wants to come. We whoop Riley, he ain't finished the game, we get him to come over. Kyle McCord goes 80 yards on a 2-man drive and beats us in the last minute, throwing some great passes in the seam that we didn't even hit, and we don't even call him? Come on, man. That don't make no sense. And Ohio State let him go because they said that he wasn't up to the standard. That's Ohio State beat Notre Dame and then said, you're not the standard still. Usually beat Notre Dame, give you like NIU coach, give you a 10-year extension. He beat Notre Dame and got fired the next year. So, no, we wasn't calling Kyle. He beat us. The other thing, I think it's just it's really a.
Let's be fair. Let's be fair. I'm not talking about you left the way you look at the quarterback. You coach it. You've been coaching it for a while. You were there, Elite 11 for multiple years. This is something you've been doing. So your evaluation is totally different. There is no one. They'd probably be lying, but there's no one that would flat out just say Cal McCord, Riley Leonard on the surface. Which one would you want? Majority of people are going to say, give me Riley Leonard.
Who?
Well, they would, Left. They would. Just, and maybe they listen to me. Maybe they fall prey to buzz. Maybe they fall prey to other things that have absolutely nothing to do with the true evaluation at the quarterback position. Or fit for what you want to do.
Fit for what we want to do with Kyle McCord would be perfect because Kyle McCord came from a receiver core
I'm not
receiver.
I'm not saying he
with a second. He had the top 2 receivers in the country on his team.
I'm not saying he wouldn't. My point is, on the surface, if you ask most people that are not heavily involved in football, like you are from an evaluation standpoint and a teaching standpoint, they would flat out just take the talent and the higher ceiling over digging into that which you just spoke about. They would. They flat out would.
If we're okay, but
nobody's thinking fit. No, Notre Dame fans aren't sitting up thinking fit. They saw the name Riley Leonard and they were like, "Oh my God, we got to get him."
How he was that dude? That's what I'm saying. Even with that, I'm like, he's still at.
You keep asking how. We watched it for 2 years. We watched the same thing with Sam Hartman, and now we're watching.
Okay, Sam's a little different because Sam was like Sam's number 5.
Accolades. They were great accolades, absolutely. But my point is,
Riley never had an accolade that was impressive. He never had one.
That's fair. I don't want to get into that conversation because that's a totally different conversation. I want to stay in the Uber X we got going right now. Let's stay in the Uber X we got right now.
Kyle, that's for sure.
Okay. My point is, on the surface, yes, you're going to take. It's like on the surface, like cats are like, man, give me Braun. People that really know the game, flat out tell you, this other dude is the GOAT. People that really know the game, they'll tell you, this other dude is far more fundamental and fits the profile of the greatest of all time.
You say that really knows the game?
Yes, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, that's fair. At least. But for Riley, I don't know, man. I think maybe
there's issues, though. There's some issues, but there's a lot of issues right now.
Because because my whole thing, okay, where do you go from here? You know what I mean? What is the, I know Marcus.
You win ugly. What do you mean? You win ugly. That's what you do. You win ugly. The prize is the playoffs. What do you mean where you go from here? Notre Dame steps on the field every week with the most talented team.
Every week. Every week.
There's no team on this schedule that they don't step on the field and have to worry about being at a deficit talent-wise. No one. Even the team that just lost at Michigan. Much better. Much better. Did you see that tackling? Did you see the tackling for that USC defense showed up?
I told you.
They were impossible.
They didn't want to tackle them boys when it mattered.
They got Nicole. They didn't want to tackle.
They did not want to tackle. I told everybody. I said USC is not going to want to tackle that Brian Edwards or Donovan Edwards.
No, forget Edwards. It was Mullins. It was just
Mullins.
Running through tackles. My point is, they lined up left. They lined up. I said, yo, I'm sitting there on that 4th and goal, and I'm saying to myself, I see the formation, and I'm like, you know what I love? They're like, we are Michigan. This is what we do, and you can't stop it.
Yeah, you can't stop it.
You can't stop it.
Yeah, they did.
3 tight ends. No, 3 tight ends, fullback.
At you.
Man, what's good with it?
And then we say that we said they are going to just run the ball. They don't care nothing about what y'all do better. They're like, y'all not going to tackle us all game.
No,
and they didn't.
They didn't.
So it was like, I don't care how close they try to make it towards the end.
Are we at that point with Notre Dame? Are we at that point with Notre Dame? It's like, you know what? We had visions of 1,000-yard receivers and visions of 600-yard tight ends and all of this stuff, and both running backs being over 800 yards and putting up 40 points a game. You know what? We might have to go back to the Barry Switzer triple option, run the ball.
I'm cool with that, though.
Tom Osborne, physical football. It's going to be difficult with those two youngsters because it's going to be inconsistent. But, hey, play to the defense, run the ball, and take shots down the field 4 to 5 times a game.
4 to 5. That's it.
Clean up special teams. It is what it is. Win ugly. All right, win ugly. It is not looking like it's supposed to look. Go win ugly.
But Denbrock, I don't think you need a different. I think Denbrock has to fight with himself then. He's like, I'm not used to that. I've been spoiled, apparently. And Marcus Freeman in philosophy wants what Michigan is doing, but I don't see him committing to that. I see us saying one thing, wanting one thing, and having an outcome that just I have to know that Marcus Freeman sees this. I know he says he's got confidence. I know he says that he.
What do you mean? He said in the post game, if it don't work in practice, don't call it. Man, look, let me tell you something, man. Look, bro.
Oh my God,
Everybody that would tell you that the things that are popping up now weren't happening in fall camp, they're not being honest.
They're not being honest.
They're not being honest.
We knew that.
They're not being honest with you. They're not.
We knew that, and we told you
just pop up. He didn't come out of fall camp and all of a sudden he was just broke. No. The same inconsistencies were there. They were there. I wrapped it up. Me personally, I was like, yo, he didn't play in the spring.
It's a wrap.
He didn't play in the spring. He's just getting back into it. He'll get better with time.
No.
Right? And I still think in certain aspects he can get better.
He can
get better. But bro, don't sit up here and act like, oh, all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. Man, stop. We all know that's not how life works. Life doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
This isn't Steve Sachs. This isn't Steve Sachs who woke up one day after being a perennial all-star and all of a sudden he can't throw the ball from second base to first base. This is not that. Stop. This is not what has happened at Notre Dame. And now I look at him asking for that red jersey to come off totally different. Like, I see why you wanted that red jersey to come off.
We had a whole 30 minutes talking about taking off the red jersey. Boy, that was a bad sign. That was a red flag.
You said it was a red flag as soon as he said it.
Because how does that? Because you just coming off an injury, knowing that you not 100%, but you have to
show that he believes in that part of his game
way more than
anything else.
And he ain't changing. He 5th year. He's always done this. So it's like, oh man,
I don't need him to change. I don't listen. No. Because I didn't ask Lamar to change. I didn't ask the SHAUN to change. Be who you are. But hey,
the Browns didn't know that about Deshaun. He ain't, he was built off running around.
Yeah, but Deshaun was the same freaky Sean as he was in Texas and Cleveland. He's same freaky Sean.
He ain't getting the same massages. He ain't getting the same massages. He ain't get those. You got to give him that too. See, y'all want to take the best part of him and then ask for the results. You can't do that. He need freaky massages in Texas. He need freaky massages in Cleveland. If you want the, you know what I'm saying? If you want that freaky stuff Riley doing down in Duke, bring that playbook right over to Notre Dame too. You can't just leave it over there. It don't work. It don't work. You're only gonna do what you're comfortable with doing. It's
Oh
clearly
man.
affected this man, Deshaun. It's clearly affected this man, Riley. I think we just I don't know where we got so much loyalty and trust and confidence from a guy that just got there. That's what I'm saying. They got to be brothers in faith because they wishing and hoping and praying.
Oh man.
They're not putting no works to the faith. They wishing and hoping and praying.
Yeah,
That's
you guys
why
are right in the chat. Yeah, it was for the Dodgers for Steve Sachs. I'm sorry. No, it says it still applies.
He said he woke up and couldn't throw from first.
All of a sudden, he just woke up. Both of these guys were all-stars, and they just woke up one day, and for some reason, they couldn't know what they've been doing their entire life. They couldn't do it anymore. It was the craziest thing in the world, and that is the shortest throw on the infield. Shortest throw on the infield, which is crazy because it seems like Riley Leonard can't make the shortest throws.
Wide open.
It's like
but that's
Coach Vic with Rick and Kill. Dude throws 100, comes in, Ricky, dude, can hit, can pitch, can run. All of a sudden, this dude is throwing the ball 3 straight times over the catcher's head. He's been pitching his entire life. Now is that, ladies and gentlemen, that is not what we're experiencing at Notre Dame. It's not.
No, it's not. It's not because he never had that part of his game where he could flip a switch on. That's never been a part of his game.
And see, this is the problem.
Volume.
This is the problem when you go into the fall camp with a pseudo, air quotes, quarterback competition.
Oh yeah,
now everybody has to compete in the system. You experienced this, Left. You were competing in Deshaun's system.
Yeah, and it was so green because you saw the Texas game. We calling all type of big plays. I get in there, we can't call a good 3-yard run. What the hell is that?
Right.
Then I come out, we see big bombs. What kind of game plan is this?
You know what I mean? So now he's getting 30% of the snaps, right? After missing the spring. And then you're calling plays in a system that the competition is a system that doesn't fit. It's not getting him ready to do what he does best. So you don't spend the time in the fall fitting the offensive system, get everybody else used to what allows your quarterback to be at his best. So now you're trying to do
now
that.
we got
to do it in season.
We got the team food in practice. Oh, this man can throw bombs, and oh, this man can run around like Lamar. Oh, this man is so accurate, and what's all this stuff? We say, we're winning practice. We ain't doing nothing that what we did in practice in the game, clearly, because we're trying to win practice. We're trying to fit things that aren't practical to his actual game, because in practice you can get away with it with the BS.
It's absolutely crazy, Left. Lucky Lefty podcast. Man, look. Hey man, P-Dub, thank you for tapping in. Get your GTB in, get your super chats in. We appreciate them all. Will there be more transfers this season?
Man, hell, maybe. If we keep the trajectory of, because guys want to get right now. Yeah, we catering this to Riley and all that, but hell, there's guys on the team that's like, man, I ain't come here to cater to this specifically. You know, so now considering it's only a 1-year thing, maybe they get more encouraged. I just don't see how you're selling moving forward. What is the selling piece for moving forward if this is a one-off year offensively? Offensively, this is a one-off year, because even with everybody that we have in the room and hopefully with Deuce still coming, this offense will never look like anything that will look like with the other quarterbacks. Deuce can't look at this season and be like, that's what I'm going to be doing. What? Deuce is like, that's not even what we going to be. That's not even what we talk about when I go up there.
He definitely can't see what he's going to do at all. Deuce, let me tell you something.
Oh, yeah.
Deuce, hey, bro, let me tell you something. If you're looking for something that ain't it.
Hugh Freeze ain't it, man.
Even if you're not coming to Notre Dame, that's not it, man.
What did the quarterback say? If he said, if you had advice to give to the other quarterback, what would you give him? He said, don't be on the phone. Or what?
You got Bo Wallace lighting this dude up.
And Bo Wallace is nice. Now he's right. Bo Wallace did get sacrificed to the Lambs under Hugh Freeze. I mean, he was getting tore up. but he was making some plays too. Now that boy ain't being all the way 100. Hugh Freeze got him in that spotlight. Granted he was getting tore up, but hey, but Wallace is his name in college football. So
man walked into the press conference, said we need some quarterbacks that's not going to turn the ball over and some running backs. He said we got wide receivers running open all over the place. I don't know, Hugh. I saw your 5-star freshman wide receiver drop 2 passes that hit his hands on Saturday. So, but he is willing to throw anybody under the bus, bro. The deuce, is that what you really want?
that's what you want.
Come on, man.
That's why they got mad when you just didn't take their first offer. You being smart.
T. Smith 03, not the first one, the second one and the third one. They kept upgrading. They keep adding to the offer, and he keeps saying no. T. Smith 0323. You know what sucks in having 2 teams that are struggling throwing the ball downfield? Oh, you're a Browns fan and a Notre Dame fan? Ooh, T. Smith. Ooh.
Well, the Browns' issue is that they not executing in crucial times. They had a bunch of 3rd and shorts, 4th and 1, where I'm not going to say it was a play call or the quarterback specifically, but it was a disconnect. They had that Giants game was very winnable for the Browns. They had like three possessions in that last 6 minutes where they could have did something and they fell short. So, I'm not a Browns fan, but they had a chance.
Indy Milton fan, should Onye get in at Big N? He seems too good not to play. No, he's the best dude. He's the best interior defensive lineman you got right now. You gonna take him out of the interior that's already suffering against the run? Dude, I personally don't want that. I definitely want him to get more snaps. Yeah, he definitely deserves to get more snaps. Luke Breedy, thanks for tapping in, Sean. You weren't wrong about the Luke Getsy. You weren't wrong about Luke Getsy. My Raiders are awful. Try to tell you, man.
The Raiders not that bad.
They're bad, bro. Offensively, they're bad. They're bad, bro. Offensively, they're bad. The Ravens just gave that game away. The Raiders should be winless, bro. Come on, man. I don't know. The Ravens just get big leads and just give them away. I don't know what it is.
But Andy Dalton was cooking now. He was cooking.
Huh? Andy Dalton is with the Panthers.
No, I'm saying they played the Raiders.
Oh, yeah, they did. Yeah.
He
came out hot.
Plays, man.
Yeah, he came out hot.
It made the Bryce story look so crazy because it's like, man, he was making some throws.
Yeah, I agree.
There was some dudes open and they could run the ball. I'm like, oh my God, like this is not good for Bryce.
No.
But
You're right.
It's one of those situations where you can win any week. Like and that's why I keep talking about us tripping a little bit, only because we're 4 weeks in, we're 3-1. There's a lot to be excited about. Now, if you say we're 7 or 8 games in and we're looking like this, it's still an issue. But NFL, man, all those games coming down to the wire anyway these days.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there was a lot of good games yesterday. That was decided by a first down, decided by, a touchdown or a callback, or even when you thought the game was over, you see a Dallas climb back. I mean, it was pretty crazy until Derrick Henry went crazy. Where was Derrick Henry at the whole season? I mean, if that's how Derrick Henry gonna run, mind you, Cowboys ain't got no run defense. But if Derrick Henry can run like that in the fourth quarter, shoot, they'll never lose a game. You know what I mean?
I just don't understand. They literally just race out. Only game they didn't race out was Kansas City. That was the only game they didn't race out to a lead.
And the Titans, get them out of here too.
Woo.
That looks terrible to watch. You don't even watch the Titans play because they got receivers. Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Hopkins, they got guys. So that's like Notre Dame. We got guys. Can't get
Jay Deludis, thank you for the super chat. Any genuine concern to lose major talent like Jeremiah Love if the season trends downward?
He's gone. He's gone regardless.
No. He's this is only his second year. He's coming back for a third year.
Is that his third?
No, why you keep thinking Jeremiah Love's a junior, bro? He played as a freshman.
Damn. He did play. I'm thinking that's 2 years ago.
No, that's Jadarian that's in his third year.
Wow. Yeah, I thought. Yeah, wherever it is, J Love is out of here in 3. I don't know.
He's
where
out
it's
here in
going.
3 regardless.
I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. If anything, he'll stay because Riley's not only going to be here for a year. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's going to be a continued forced situation with Riley. At least we know it has to have an end date, which is the end of this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So nobody should be thinking, let me jump shit. Like Jaden Mickey's situation is different, but other than that, if you're an offensive player and you're not a Bo Collins or Chris Mitchell with 1-year deals, I'm coming back. You know, hell, I mean, I believe in that. If you believe in that room you got, which is nothing but up. You know, there's nothing but promise in the quarterback room. It's not like we're desolate and have nothing and looking for an answer. We got answers. We just got to give them opportunities.
Yeah. I think
Man,
let's just go, man. That's it. That's what we thought about Saturday, bro. It is a lot to clean up, a lot to work on. But I will say this: I've been asking for them to show me they can win a game when they play bad.
Yeah.
Show me you can finish and win games you play bad. Now it took a really bad team to do it against because Miami of Ohio is not good. It's not good.
Only 7 teams that are winless, and they're one of them. Like it's 130 something teams. 7 are haven't won a game, and we beat one of those teams. So we're winning ugly against some of the worst teams in college football. That's crazy.
GTP question. This goes to, man, I wish I could say what I want to say, but I cannot, man. Oh my God. We are not Marshall with the GTP question. With Mickey entering the portal, how much concern is there with depth? Best unit thus far and cannot afford an injury. Well, Leonard Moore was taking his snaps. That's it. Just go watch the game. There's a reason why the decision was made. Leonard Moore, game by game, was getting more snaps. Are we really worried about young defensive backs being coached by Mike Mickens? Did you not see Carson Hobbs? He dropped the interception, but did you not see how he played the ball?
See how he played? I mean, first of all, Jaden Mickey just like is no different than how I feel about Steve and the time passing. The room has just elevated itself.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, you ain't a bad player, but you can't recreate length, you can't recreate speed, you can't recreate ball instincts. And all 3 of those guys have more of that than you. And what we're asking them to do, you already got Christian Gray, long and lanky. Carson Hobbs, it looks like a complete copy of Christian Gray, and they all look the same.
Mm-hmm.
Jay Mickey just doesn't have the length like those other guys. Not that he's not fast, and not that he can't play.
Yeah.
But what we're built like the quarterback room. Steve from a quarterback Olympics isn't coming in first, and he's the oldest dude in the room outside of Riley. He's not coming in first, and he's the oldest dude in the room. So what's that tell you about them young pups? We ain't even talk about Deuce. Deuce come in, he really don't fit from a room perspective. I mean, what? Now you think about rooms that are comparable and complement each other well. Look at the Packers. That's a room that benefits.
Oh, okay. So let me tidy this up. Let me get some recruiting news. All right. The GTB, and then I'll drop this recruiting news that ties into what you said. That's perfect time. John Massey, Malik, please use your ND Connects to get the awful Six Flags song we play after third down stops into the sun.
See, we gotta see that's the like we gotta improve our stadium intimidation factor.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because we playing good old songs that warm your heart, that bring you back to childhood, to be like, man, I remember how good that song was, and we lose focus that this is third down. We fall in love with Sweet Caroline and the Irish Jig, and I mean, we really give experience over fandom at Notre Dame. We give you the everything that you dreamed about sort of aesthetic instead of it's third down, get crazy. You know, I think of West Virginia. West Virginia ain't known for much, but when you go play there, it's a tough place to play. Whether the team is good, bad, sorry, best team in the world, their stadium is 100% gonna be the same, and they're gonna throw stuff at you. They're gonna know stuff about your family members because the sideline is close, so they chatting at you. It's a hostile environment. Now, do we have to get as hillbilly-ish as some of the West Virginia games are? No. But there's a certain level and a standard of intimidation that you have to have at a away game.
Come on, bro. You talking about charcuterie boards out? No, it's not.
The tailgates be too good, man. Y'all be too good at the tailgates. Y'all tailgate like champions.
I'm not mad because they treat us well. They treat us well. They treat us well. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, that's the part. We need to be mad at it. The tailgates
we walk through, we get blessed.
The tailgates are luxurious.
The chefs, the grillers, everybody. I'm not saying one word against that. I'm not saying one word against that.
We have a luxurious experience at Notre Dame games. That's not intimidating.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you just tuned in, we dedicated the first 20 minutes of the show to Jaden Mickey and the situation. If you want it, because we're not going to go. We got to transition soon. We're not going to go back over that situation. We talked about every aspect of that situation and his transfer to start the show. So catch it on the rewind when you get an opportunity. Lilo Galante, how is recruiting trending during the roller coaster season? So I got a story coming out about Tondre Waverly, a 6'4", 225 tight end recruit that, you know what? I'll do this. But he was in town. Great visit. He was also here on an official visit. He's a 25 kid. One of his good friends or good relationships that came out this weekend was with official visit 25 wide receiver Antavius Richardson out of Greenville, Georgia, Greenville High School. Both of them are 4 stars. Left Tondre is from Kamiak, up in the Pacific Northwest in Washington. And let me tell you something, bro. Look, man, the way they use this young man, left passing game, when I say this, I don't want you to laugh at me, bro. Okay, first of all, he's an outside linebacker and a tight end. And you can pretty much call him a specialized wide receiver in a sense. But left, he is, I just want to bring up, because I'm trying to use a comp that Notre Dame fans will be familiar with as a Notre Dame player. Because I have a comp based upon the way Kamiak uses him, but I don't want to overstate.
Well, I'm ready. You said I'm not paying attention, crazy, but that's crazy. I'm paying attention because you said you was going to tell me the one person.
They use him like Brock Bowers. I'll just say it.
Oh, man.
I'm not calling him Brock Bowers.
Man, listen, Brock Bowers is a special player now.
I'm not calling him Brock Bowers. That's not what I'm doing. That's not what I'm doing.
Ooh, that's a good comparison, though.
Okay. All I'm telling you is the way he's used the same way. Okay. He's used very similarly to the way Brian Kelly used to use Tyler Eifert.
Okay.
Does that make you feel better?
That makes you feel better, man.
It makes you feel better?
Yeah, I ain't seen no Brock Bowers since Brock Bowers. I've been looking, but man, they use this brother on everything.
Yes. Even on the NFL level. They are using that dude, yes.
Screening it to him, throwing it. I mean, Now, granted, he can do all of that, but I've never seen them get so creative. Which I go back to why this is racking in my brain about doing less. It is 2024. There are so many different ways to find and get the ball to your best players. All the freaky stuff we see with offensive coordinators doing whatever they can to strategize, either run blocking or getting the ball to their best players.
Mm-hmm.
There is no excuse. That's what I'm saying. This is not 1960s. Hell, this ain't even the early 2000s. Early 2000s, you can't do much.
Let's watch a little film. Hey, this is Taverly. I'm sorry. Tiandre Waverly.
Man, if he's anything like Brock Bowers, give him here. Okay. Give him here.
Let's start from the beginning. You see where he's at. 6'4", 225. 6'4", 225. I'm going to say it again. 6'4", 225.
He definitely looks coordinated. You know, he don't look goofy at 6'4", 225. He's on kick. He's the outside rusher for kickoff. Moving. Near, ooh, and good finish.
Now they have him playing in space. Off the ball.
Just an athlete.
Just an athlete, bro. He runs that 10-6 in the 100, bro. Once again, this is the guy you're throwing to in the screen game.
Just give it to him. Just give it to him. He's a kickoff returner at 6'4",
225.
6'4", 225, the kickoff returner. DN receiver, kickoff return specialist. Just the best player on the field. That's all we're seeing. Just the best player on the field. It's like, where's the action at? Put him in there. Playing in space, in the slot. Throw it to him. Just throw it to him. Yep. Get off me.
So you think Mike Denbrock saw this film and said, yep, Tyler.
Yeah, he's probably looking at his chops like we can put him damn near anywhere. I got to see them hand it off to him. That's the only thing that's not Brock Bowers. They didn't hand it to him. But from a screen thing and him running easy routes, just getting him the football is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Now, if he played a little bit of a running back or they did some things and handing it to him, I would say, yeah, that's next level. But from a perspective of this is where it's going to come in at, he'll be better at tight end than receiver. Because I don't see the receiver aspect to him.
No. He is used as a receiver.
No, yeah, I'm just saying, like, if I wouldn't split him out often. I would have him be very versatile and take handoffs and do tight end stuff and get freaky like that. But I just wouldn't, not with our team, because we got too many outside receivers. I mean, hell, KK Smith is my dog. I'm trying to see him shine, you know. But he's more versatile than a Jack Larson. You know what I mean?
First of all, his body type is totally different than Jack Larson.
He'll be more like a what's the crazy dude named Darren Walls, right? The tight end from the Giants.
Yes, I know you're talking about. He's married to Darren Walls.
Yeah, he'd be like more like that.
Yeah, Kelsey.
Yeah.
But no, this is the crazy thing. Love the film I showed you. That was his sophomore film. I didn't even show you his junior film. That was his sophomore.
Now.
Oh, bro.
Jesus Christ.
That was his sophomore film.
6'4", 225 as a sophomore is
running a 10-6 in the 100.
And he got 2 more years.
No. He's a senior.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was just the sophomore film you showed.
That was the sophomore film I showed you. I didn't show you the junior film.
Lord Jesus.
Just past week, before he came to Notre Dame, he put up 6 catches, 142, 2 touchdowns.
But those are numbers that fit into a Notre Dame where you don't need the ball a lot, but when you get it, you're going crazy. Because 6 sounds about right for the amount of touches you'll get under this offense, at least, you know. So if he can turn them 6 into 142, that means we're on point.
Yo, the kid is absolutely amazing to watch. I love what he brings. I talked to him extensively this weekend. Like I said, he was with Antavius Richardson from Greenville, another 4-star wide receiver that was on an official visit. And let me tell you something, Left. He said they both came away absolutely blown away on the visit. Absolutely blown away on the visit. Before he came, he told me, look, I'm looking forward to the tradition because I know it's crazy and I already know the atmosphere is going to be electric. He told me that before he came to campus. And after he left, he's like, yo, I'm still thinking about this weekend. And yes, I'll be coming back. I'm getting back soon for another visit, another game. And he's like, Antavius feels the exact same way. So Notre Dame might have killed 2 birds with the 1 stone of this visit. They might have gotten 2 guys that can impact the passing game, one a receiver and one a pass catching tight end. I'll show you a couple of clips of his junior season Left. I'll give you just a minute of it.
Yep, let's see it.
Just a minute because you already.
Junior year. Okay, now we're seeing junior year.
This is junior year. You see, he's still lined up where? Outside?
He's still running the same screen.
Elusive, Left. To be that big and have the feet, yes.
Yes, good signs. Good signs. I mean, he looks so much bigger than everybody out there. Look how big he looks outside.
Yeah, dog.
Just throw it. Yeah, just throw it. I mean, what are we doing? Just throw it. Run the same play, throw it again.
Now he's on defense.
Oh, yeah. Give me those. It's funny when you know you got an elite player when he can play outside receiver and defensive end. It's like that's 2 different skill sets. If you can play outside receiver and defensive end, you're a different dude. Just think about the type of athlete you have to be an outside receiver. And then to take that same type of athlete, add a physicality to put you at DN. You're dealing with a monster.
Like Cat Williams, take your time working with a monster.
You're with a monster. Seriously, though, because those are 2 different, totally different positions. But to have the physicality to play defense and then play on the outside and dominate in both areas, I mean, this is crazy. You got enough finesse as a receiver, but enough physicality and strength, speed to power.
Ooh.
Yeah,
that block was crazy. And he's not soft. He doesn't appear to be soft as a big dude with receiving skills.
He's damn near like Corey Leggett, a bigger receiver, but he's got receiver ability, but he's like a tight end build. It's like the upgraded Miles Boykin. Because Miles Boykin was the same size, but he played straight tight end and was a little Bambi-like.
Yeah.
He's like if Miles Boykin went in the gym and added some different skill packages.
Yeah.
That's my comparison. He's a Miles Boykins 2.0. And that's saying a lot considering Miles Boykin was that deal in high school too, because he could play basketball too. Shout out Miles Boykin. And he's still in the league today. He's still a freak of nature today.
Yeah. So Notre Dame made great strides. Somebody else that'll be on campus along with all, if not most, of the Notre Dame commits in the 25 class and 26 class will be 2027 4-star quarterback Trey Taylor out of Mundelein, Illinois, Carmel Catholic High School, coached by former Chicago Bear Jaden Mickey. Spoke to J-Mac a little bit this weekend, spoke to Trey this morning. He'll be in town. He posted it on Twitter X, and we talked about his visit. He was real simple. Like, he just came from the Tennessee-Oklahoma game. That's where he was this past weekend, right? So I talked to him this morning, like, yo, what are you looking for? He was real simple. Love this kid. 27 kid. His father's his trainer. His father's been training him since he was like 6th grade. His father's a football coach. Let me tell you something. He is so locked in. I said, what are you looking for? What are you looking for? This young man told me, look, I'm coming to watch how I fit into this offense.
Well, damn, he can't. Don't come this week.
I'm just telling you what the young man said.
Don't come to any games yet.
The young man said, yes, Newt Rockney, Mundelein. He's from Mundelein, Illinois, and he goes to Carmel Catholic. You do understand there are kids in Indiana that actually travel to go to Mount Carmel. It's a Catholic school. People outside of the district.
Mount Carmel's that deal
actually
now.
Can go to the school.
Mount Carmel is that deal.
But no, this is not Mount Carmel. This is Carmel Catholic. Totally different school.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Yeah, totally different school. One is a Caravan, and the other Carmel are the Corsairs, something like that.
Are they? Which one's the purple team?
Neither one of them are perfect. Both of them have the same color scheme, the brown and yellow.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Brown. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So which one's the brown? The Mount Carmel's brown and yellow, right?
Carmel Catholic is brown and yellow as well.
Damn. Okay.
They have the same color scheme.
Wow.
Same color scheme. They just rock it a little bit differently, right? The white and yellow is the main colors for Carmel Catholic with the accent of brown, and the brown is very much the primary color for Mount Carmel with accents of yellow, white and yellow. But no, he said, yo, it's all I'm watching this game to see if I fit in the offense. Now, he just came from watching Josh Heupel and Nico.
And Nico looking great.
And what's the kid that came in for you were out on Jackson Arnold when he came out of high school. So
yeah, been out. Yeah.
They took him out. So
shout out Jaden O'Neal going to Oklahoma.
Newt Rockney, I don't understand what you're trying to say. I know I've called games at Lake Forest. I've covered games at Carmel Catholic and Lake Forest. You don't have to live in Lake Forest or a surrounding village to go to Carmel Catholic. Kids travel from other villages to attend the school. I know kids. I used to get on a train from the south suburbs, kids coming from Indiana to go play for Mount Carmel. They don't even live in the state. They live in Northwest Indiana. What is that? The seminary being, what does that have to do with anything? He lives in Mundelein. The young man and his family live in Mundelein. I don't understand the point you're trying to make. I don't. I didn't say the school was in Mundelein. I said Trey Taylor, Mundelein, Illinois, Carmel Catholic High School.
I be having my dog Sean messed up, man. Gotta get it right.
This society is so quick to correct, bro. Everybody's so quick to correct. It's like, man, relax. Listen. Just listen. Sometimes people actually know what they're talking about and say things correctly.
They said, no, Sean, you got it wrong, man. They said, no, Sean.
Dude.
We got to get to what Marcus Freeman is saying.
It's crazy, man. Literally, that's what he said. That's what he's looking for, the offense.
Well, I'm glad the young man knows. The young man has been taught right because all I've always told you is this whole game is dependent on fit. Forget everything else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, forget if a team got you fitting the right way, forget anything else. Go there. If it's Alabama, it's Alabama. If it's Tulane, it's Tulane. But just because you like a place, I would say, what are your top 5 places you like? All right, let's get them out of here. Let's just whatever top 5 places you like, let's just throw them out right now and get the straight fit. Like we don't even care about. So and which is good because he'll come and find out.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever they running right now, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
They're gonna see Riley run the ball 40 times, outrun the running back room.
Man.
Charlie Jones, our own team. How you gonna Charlie Jones, our own team? How you gonna do that?
Man, look here. Trey Taylor in town this weekend. 27 quarterback, 4-star, Carmel Catholic.
Don't Trey Jones your own team. Charlie Jones.
The man knows what he wants. That's all I'm saying. He's a kid that knows what he wants and what he's looking for in the program.
Watch that man succeed in college because he's being smart. He's doing the right thing. And hopefully,
Before we get out of here, Lef, you're right. Let's go ahead. I'm just going to fly through these. Marcus Freeman, this is how he opened up his post-game presser.
Yeah, proud of the way our guys competed. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't clean. But to beat that football team 28-3, I told them that's a really good victory. I think they're going to be a really good team. I told Coach Martin after the game, it's a good football team. Bro. And, I'm really impressed with their offense, their quarterback. So to hold that offense to 3 points, man, was a huge sign up of how the way our defense have played. But battle, again, we got down 3-0. Didn't start the way we wanted to. We had too many penalties that we have to clean up. We got to clean up and see why they occurred and make sure that we don't continue to allow that to happen. And that's on coaches, and we got to own it and make sure we drill it and we fix it and put our guys in positions to have success. So I'll just open up for questions.
He just won the game, and he did not look like he won the game.
He like, man, look, we won. What's up? What y'all want me to say? What y'all want me to say? We won. What? I see it. What you want? He's so dumb. I haven't seen him since week 1 put his head up. It's like all the answers must be on that desk because he don't look up for nothing. He all right, who want a question? Who? Marcus Freeman, this is week 4, man. You can't be looking defeated. The man didn't even look up the entire time. Hasn't looked up since the second game of the season. Look up. Hell, if he went in there and did that, he probably, if everybody walked out the room, he wouldn't even notice. He wouldn't even notice. I'd rather him take the Deion strategy and put the glasses on. And then that way, he don't, nobody know what you're looking at. Put the glass. Deion go in the interview and just get to chatting. What'd you say about us? What'd you say about us? Yeah, the O-line suck, but what you say?
Travis Hunter still regular to you?
I mean, Travis Hunter is
still regular. I don't need you to go ahead and get to a dissertation.
Wonderful job. He's doing a wonderful job.
All right. Lucky Lefty podcast.
He deserves the top 5 pick in the draft.
Come on, man.
He deserves the top 5 pick.
Okay, man.
He had a game-winning fumble, game-winning touch. I mean, the man is doing everything now. He is undeniably very exciting to watch. One of the best players in football. But at the same time, come on now.
Here you go. You about to jump in that Uber.
I'm just saying.
Marcus Freeman talked about his O-line, man. Yo, it's a lot of moving pieces on that O-line, man. They're trying to get things together. Coach, what was your thoughts?
I think there's benefits no matter who's at your quarterback. Yet to me, that's like you have to call things around the strengths of your players. And obviously Riley, one of his strengths are the ability to run the ball. And, they showed today that we can run the ball. And they had a lot of success. I'm proud of the way those two guys stepped up, and Pat and Rocco, and really performed well. It felt like they performed well. Obviously, the rushing yards show they performed well. So we'll go back and watch it and continue to get those guys to improve. But I'm really proud of our offense being able to run the ball, but also those guys being able to step up and get their job done.
Not proud of the pass. You only proud of the run?
Man, you have to be proud of what you have. Bro, let me tell you something, man. I'm proud to be 5'10" and a half, dog. I wish I was 6'4". I wish I was. But I'm not about to be ashamed about being 5'10" and a half.
No, but that's something you can't. But oh wait, Sean, that's something you can't change. You can't change your height. We can change the quarterback. We can change the offense. We can change the offense. He talking like we can't. Which my thing is, who's holding you hostage? Who putting the gun to your head, Marcus Freeman? Let us know. Blink twice if you're being held hostage. Because right now you've been caping so much that you've turned into a different coach. You have caped so hard that your responses have turned into a different person. You're not the Obama Will Smith that we have come to know and love. You have came like you running for presidency. A bunch of excuses and lies. Marcus Freeman must said this election season, I got to get out here and tell them what they want to hear instead of telling the truth. And I think that somebody's holding him hostage or something.
Special teams was bad. Bad on Saturday. Multiple areas. You had breakdowns. Coach Freeman talked about it.
Well, the first one was the muff punt. One of our players, I think I kind of saw it when we watched it on the iPad. One of our players was trying to get away and kind of ran right in the phase on, and we got to be better there. We got to peel off earlier. The block in the back on our reverse was unacceptable, and obviously we weren't clear enough as coaches. I'm never going to blame the player, and we got to hold them accountable, but we always got to own it as coaches, and so we can't do that. We can't block in the back, and then the field goal. We had a new guy doing short snaps, and after that one snap, we put Reno back in, who had been our short snapper, and so again, that's what happened. Can't happen. We got to make sure we're continuing to attack those issues in practice and perform better on that football field.
They finally get the punter fixed, and here we go.
The whole practice, it's like a crutch. Because I think he only says practice all the time because nobody else sees practice but the team. So you just throw everything back to practice. It's like stuffing it under the bed. Only you know what you stuff under that bed.
We've all done that as teenagers, bro.
But
we've all done that, especially when moms tell you to clean up and you didn't do it. You snuck outside. You were supposed to be inside cleaning up your room when she was gone, and you saw her coming around the corner, and you run into the crib real quick, throw your socks and your laundry up under the bed real quick.
And mom don't know. Just like the media. The media is mom. We telling you, hey, we need to see something better. And you stuffing things under the rug of practice. Because nobody ever's checking practice. Not in the season. You ain't going up there. And when you go up there, what? They kick you out after the first period. So it's like, come on now, you using practice as a crutch because we're not looking under the bed. We don't,
You're right.
You know what you're doing, Marcus Freeman. Everything is, we'll clean up in practice. Are you? Because we can't go to practice. Only you can go. So it's hit or miss. Is you might do it, you might not. Because one time we getting reports of bad practice, other times when we blow Purdue out, we had a great practice. Well, why are we not being consistent?
And are we calling plays that didn't work in practice in the game?
Yeah, that's the other thing. So what we practicing them for? If we just don't call them. Well, what?
This is the most I've heard about practice, regardless of the outcome, win or lose. This is the most I've heard about practice in press conferences.
Ever. From anybody. We don't even get, maybe guys just got to play better in the game. We get, it's a practice thing. Golly. God, everything is a practice thing. That's a cop-out now. Practice is just like execution. Last year it was all about execution. We got to execute. We got to execute. We got to execute. We had to change the word execute to actualization. So what are we changing practice to? Because I'm changing that to cop-out.
Yep. His thoughts on Riley Leonard.
Second row on your left, Pete Byrne.
Hey, Marcus. As you continue to work on offensive game plan moving forward, how much does Riley's ability to break off the big play at random times factor into how strongly you guys feel about him?
It definitely factors into it. We have a lot of confidence in him making the right decision in the run game and the pass game. I think we had 270 yards rushing, 270 yards rushing, which is, again, a lot came from him and running the ball. And so, I don't think we design plays to say, okay, this one's going to go for 50, but he has the ability to, if you misfit or he makes you miss a tackle, to take it all the way.
As you think about the game as a whole, how do you balance a 3.5 touchdown win, which looks comfortable, with the fact that it wasn't comfortable and there were a couple of critical early mistakes that could have changed this? Yeah,
it's the same way you really look at every game, except for, the only thing that's different between a win and a loss is the 24 hours from now until you get back together. Like, our guys are going to celebrate. We won a tough game and they did a good job, and we're not going to shy away from that. Like, it's hard to win, and you get 12 guaranteed opportunities, and you can't take any win for granted. So I told them to celebrate, but when we get back together, we own it. We evaluate the film, we own it. We come up with a plan to attack the issues that we've had. We come up with a plan to enhance the things we did well, and then we move forward throughout the week. So that process won't change. It's just the 24 hours from now until we get back together that changes.
24 hours. I don't know, man. "24 hours." I mean, what do you do with that? Marcus Freeman, did he even address the question? I don't even think he addressed the question.
Left, man, I think it's a situation now, man, where I think all involved are frustrated, but you still have to do your job. Right? Yeah, that's what it is, bro. It is what it is, man.
It is what it is.
They just have to do their jobs now. And
yeah, you in the middle of the season. You know what you got. You just got to get to, like he said, 24 hours, get to the next game, and find a way to win. Now, he's right. You only got 12 guaranteed. You got to keep winning. And we can ugly our way all the way through this schedule because we can do that. Because we should win all these games.
Facts.
So our whole thing going in was winning with dominance. That's not on the table right now. Winning's still on the table, not winning with dominance. Winning, ugly or not, we're still capable of doing that every game.
Oh, that's the way they're going to have to do it.
So, this is not going to be a beauty pageant contest like we thought for a year 3 program built from the ground up, all the pieces and bells and whistles added. It's not going to be a pretty bike. It's still a bike with a bad tire. Now, it can get us places. We can still win a couple races, but it's not going to be pretty. Can't ride with one hand off the steering wheel. We got to two-hand this mug the whole way through, and that's fine because we can still win. We're not talking about winning and losing. We're talking about winning in style and fashion and dominance as opposed to just winning the game. And we can live with that because you winning. Are we impressed? No, because we know we're supposed to win. So we're not impressed.
No.
You gotta just do your job. Just do your job.
But don't settle either, Notre Dame fans. Don't settle just with the W's. Expect better because it needs to look better if you're talking about winning a national championship.
Right. Because this is all about winning championships.
Riley Leonard still believes left that the offense is coming. It's coming.
I think it's a little bit of both. Obviously, I understand what this offense can evolve to, and it's kind of just my job to guide it in that direction. Still figuring some things out, but I think every game we're getting better at the things that we struggled with the game before. Obviously, with the deep ball, it gave me a lot of confidence to know I can throw the ball down the field, and something good happened the majority of the time we did that, whether it was a PI, guys making plays. And, one of the biggest things for me is, I can underthrow a guy and have the confidence that, he doesn't always have to catch it, but the defender won't. And that, gains a lot of trust in me. I underthrew Jaden Harrison in the end zone, and what maybe would have been a pick and some people's eye, underthrown ball, he went up, made a play, and dropped it at the end. But it gave me a lot of confidence in that. So the deep ball is, getting better. I think we're just nicking and knacking all these little things and improving. We just got to sometimes stick to the basics.
I couldn't even finish it. I couldn't finish it.
Didn't make it through the whole thing.
I couldn't make it through the entire clip. This man is taking joy and getting confidence from bad throws.
He's like, look, I don't got to be perfect, guys. I can just throw it up there, underthrow it, overthrow it. We got good enough guys here. This ain't Duke. He said, this ain't Duke. We got good enough guys to make me look better. So if I underthrow it, cool. We got guys that's going to make a good play. He dropped it, though. I just want y'all to know he dropped it. But
you literally underthrew.
It gave me confidence.
Your underthrow literally cost Notre Dame the game against Northern Illinois. Literally.
No, but it gives him confidence. Remember, he can knick-knack things with confidence that he's getting from underthrowing deep balls.
So the underthrow is consistent. You're consistently underthrowing people. So are you consistently having bad feet, bad eyes, and bad balls?
He only talked about his underthrow. He didn't talk about the successful throws. He just said, I threw it one time to bow. But
he had more successful balls than he's had in any game all year on Saturday. There was some positives, but don't try to spin the bad.
He's spinning the bad throws. It's like, that's okay though,
Focus
guys.
on the good. Stop worrying about what people are saying about the bad. Stop.
Yeah, he's definitely bought in.
This entire team, the players seem so focused on
They're trying to get ahead of talking about the bad. Don't get ahead of it.
Don't play and focus on the good.
Yes, let it be what it is. You know what everybody's saying.
You can't fool us. We see it.
He coming in here trying to explain an underthrow. Don't explain an underthrow that we saw all season. I've seen that. I know what it looks like. And you can't live like somebody should have been like, so you're gonna live like that, Riley? You gonna live on underthrows this year? Is that how we live in to build confidence? You underthrow the ball and trust we have the better athlete? That's not a good strategy. You know what I'm saying? What about talking about your accuracy? Like you want to get ahead of bad news to try to explain it away. The whole time we know you focus on the wrong things. It would have been nice to hear you talk about what went into the good feet, good arm, good read to Bo Collins on the touchdown. That will give me the confidence that you got confidence. You're not instilling confidence in me by trying to put the veil over my eyes. I know what I saw. I don't need the explanation on the underthrow. Underthrow's an underthrow. We have great talent, which I told everybody. We got talent to make you look better, but let's not highlight that as that you making mistakes is giving you confidence.
The underthrow means one of two things. Correct me if I'm wrong, Lev. Either your arm's not strong enough or you're late.
Most of the times you're late. Other times come on, man. He making it hard to even talk about this shit. Listen, I agree with you, Sean. I think he should focus more on what he does well. Talk about running. Because you ask Marcus Freeman. Marcus Freeman never talks about passes. He just like, we're not going to call him. But Riley can run that football, and if you make a person miss, he going to be explosive. I like that. He talked about the good. He said every time we talk about the pass, Marcus Freeman either be like, we'll get to it, or we'll work on it in practice, or
if it doesn't work in practice, we don't call it.
He just keep the pass simple. And then he tried to put the end on it. We just need to stay simple. Well, are you being complicated, Riley? Is it complicated for you? Which I don't blame necessarily everything on you because we didn't bring your playbook with you. We didn't bring your playbook. So, yeah, it is probably a lot more difficult than simple. But, man, you got to work on your press conferences too.
Man, he's talking about this is big for him, Left. This is big for him. He's taking this Louisville game personal. That's what he said, Left. Listen to him.
Early on, crowd seemed to be getting restless at times, and there was some boos early. Did you notice that at all?
No. We tune out all the noise. We stick to ourselves, and we understand. You know, we got to perform. We got to put on a show. So yeah, we don't really listen too much to the outside noise. I know my job's to win the football game. So you know, regardless of any of that, we can't let it bother us. It is what it is, and we won. So yeah.
I asked Bo this, being a former ACC guy facing Louisville next week. You know, what are your thoughts, early thoughts going into that one against obviously a very good program that I'm sure you're pretty familiar with? Right.
Yeah, I've played them 2 times in my past, so. It's a redemption game for me as well as all these guys. So they're going to be a great team. Obviously, they got a lot of skill, a lot of new faces around their program, but really well-coached team. So it'll be a lot of fun to go out there and compete against those guys. I'm very excited.
He's not even comfortable at a clean press conference, let alone a clean pocket. He's very frazzled. How you going to talk about – these are your fans, by the way. We ain't talking about playing at an away game and they booing you. We're talking about the fans that are coming to cheer you on. And the first thing you say is, are they booing?
Once again, realization. What we talked about last week.
We are
realizing the situation you're in. Realizing the situation you're in and saying it is what it is and moving forward, man.
I read in the book. Let me give you my. So I read in the book. They talk this book right here. They talking about building relationships, and the one thing to do in business that a lot of people don't do is know what people are saying about you.
Yes.
Because when you know what people are saying about you and you address those honestly, it makes you a better business and relationship builder. When you are ignoring critiques from people that know you, critiques from people that are what they're saying about you, and you just saying, we don't listen, I don't hear them, you being delusional, acting like they not booing, there's a disconnect. You laughing, thinking it's a joke. Lord Jesus.
Man. Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah.
I went and balled out.
I did something about it. They're not booing, are they? Come on, Riley, dog. These are your
fans. Block out. You blocked it out. Just like we can block out that Cooper Flanagan walked off the field and threw his helmet down the sideline after you missed that easy pass in the flat. It's like, come on, man. Like, look, the frustration is there. It is what it is. It's not all peaches and cream, but you don't need everything to be peaches and cream to win football games. You don't. You don't.
Like he said, my job just to win. We passed looking good. I'm just trying to win. And that's cool, Riley. That's cool because they're going to allow you.
This is a redemption game. This is redemption for you. Come on, man. You weren't on that field last year when the playoff hopes were dashed after they just left from beating you.
This is redemption from what week?
No, this is a totally different level of redemption for the rest of the players that suffered that loss in Louisville, Kentucky on a Saturday night. So I don't know what type of redemption you're looking for.
I don't know this is the not understanding the severity of where you're at. Read the room.
Jay Lamont, thank you for the super chat. Kenny can run and throw. What's the problem with the staff? They talk about the other quarterbacks like he's not in the room. He fits Denbrock's offense the best. I don't get it. I'm just saying. Next spring, ladies and gentlemen, the Kenny Mickey Show. Look, man, Look, man, we keep it 100. Okay, not about to play games with that. Okay, coming soon, 2025. You might as well put the trailer up. You know, the Kenny Minchie show starting next spring. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen,
we're not going to entertain what
no,
should and
we're
could
not
be.
about to play around. Look,
He's not getting a chance.
No, he took full advantage. You see where he's at. He's third on the depth chart. He made an impact this season. The questions they need to see answered, he answered them.
Okay.
Cool. He took things more serious.
Yep. And he looked better for it. Now he's got to sit and wait until we get done playing these games, and then we'll see what happens next year. But he ain't getting no damn time. You already heard Marcus Freeman say vehemently. He said vehemently. Ain't no Steve. Ain't nobody else but Riley. We got total faith, confidence, belief. Whatever you can put into the eggs in one basket, we're doing it. Hurt. We don't even care if he hurt. He gonna play. Everybody else eat crow. That's essentially what he said.
Boubacar Traore, 6 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, a forced fumble.
They was putting his stats next to who was they? They was putting his stats in a game next to a top player, and I can't remember who it was.
This is what he had to say though, Lefty.
One thing Freeman tells me is one play, one life. So once you make a big play, it's just, yeah, you made it. Now it's to make another big play. Focus on the next play coming up.
Okay.
As a unit, how much confidence do you guys have right now? I mean, you've done a really good job keeping teams out of the end zone so far this year.
I feel like we have a lot of confidence, but I feel like the confidence builds throughout the week with our preparation. So I feel like the more we prepare and get ready for the team that we're playing, our confidence builds.
I like just straightforward answers.
Isn't it amazing to hear the sophomores talk? The sophomores that are pure Freeman guys in comparison to the guys that were holdovers.
What he say? I made a good play. He said, make another one. All right, make another one. I mean, I like the straightforwardness of our sophomores. KVA, I'm going to do my job. I'm going to make the tackle, whatever.
The freshmen and sophomores. Yes.
But Boubacar Traore having a great season, the only pick 6 on the team. I done seen every DB drop a pick at least.
Christian Gray should have at least 2 picks.
Christian Gray should have 2. Benjamin Morris should have 1 or 2. I mean, everybody's dropped the pick back there. I mean, good defense, but dropped the pick. Boubacar Traore is pick 6 and stuff. So, okay, having a great season. He said, do it again. He said, okay, that's a mark of a great player. The acknowledgement of what his coach is wanting, and he go out there and do it again and have repeat success. I can appreciate that from a guy like Boubacar, a guy that kind of flashed out of nowhere from the sense of we wasn't putting him on our bingo card as most impactful defensive lineman. We had him in there as a guy that has some potential, and he's actualizing his potential. And also because who else is doing that around? I heard guys saying we getting tricked on the D-line. I heard guys saying, oh, we got to just play better. It's just we ignore the fans, and we're using the fans as motivation. And all I hear is Boubacar, sophomore, saying, play better, make a play, make another one.
Yep, another one of those sophomores, Christian Gray. Talked about his interception, Left.
Towards the field side because they know number 20's on the boundary.
Pretty much I just know the ball coming my way every time, and I'm just gonna get it. That's the real thought in my mind every time. So yeah.
And I guess overall, like, how do you feel like the secondary took a step forward today? And like, what do you guys feel like you're doing better now than when the season started as a group?
What I could really say is that we already I feel like we already did took that step forward, and we just went out there and execute. What Coach Golden say, we some savages. Like, we go out there and we go ball, and we go play for the team, really. And so yeah.
Front row on your left, Jack Sobel.
Christian, when you have a defensive stop in the muff punt, you have to go back out there. Like, what's your mindset when you kind of have to go back out there on the opposite side of the field? And then what were you seeing on the play where you jumped around and you held not to go to play?
I was like, let's go. Like, I was happy for my boys. And on a muff punt, it was just, okay, it's football. It happens sometimes, situational masters, that's what we are. So we just went back out there and just got to stop.
I like it, man. Just straight
man.
baller talk.
Bro.
That sounds like a guy that is ready for his moment. He's not afraid of the moment. He likes the challenge. He acknowledges where he lacked, but he didn't lose confidence. You hear offensive guys, these old farts, talking about needing confidence, gaining confidence.
Did you call them old farts, bro?
They're old compared to this young, refreshed kid that can drop a pass and then bounce back and be like, I'm ready. I'm a savage. I'm out there. These young guys don't need confidence where these old guys do. These old guys got to pull inspiration from everything. So there is a difference on the team. Those young guys that don't know much are excited to make mistakes at 100% and go back out there and not have wavering confidence. We're getting confidence from overthrows on the other side of the football. And this is the same team now. So the continuity between defense and offense, it seems set. Defense saves our butt. Offense picks up slack and tries to not lose the game. I need Riley Leonard to talk like Christian Gray. I'm a savage. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to mess up, but I'm going to ball out. So just put me out there. I mean, that gives me confidence that you don't care about messing up. Right now, you're like, I know those underthrows, and we got guys making me look better by throwing the ball under, and you know what I mean? Like, I don't need that.
Yeah.
For my quarterback. Hell, they talk about Dak every week. Dak go up there and give the confidence that he doesn't lose. And, you know, I mean, hey, it works out. It's just the way that you go out there. You're not laughing at getting booed. I don't like that. If you laughing at getting booed, trying to make side jokes like it's not a big deal, you the quarterback, and you the reason why they booing most of the time. Hell, when's the last time you ever heard Notre Dame fans boo this consistently? I've heard us boo maybe a couple times when we make some bad mistakes, but booing in back-to-back games is crazy.
It's crazy because the veterans on this team are talking from a standpoint of when they're going to do it, how they need to do it, preparation and practice to be able to do it. Boubacar Traore and Christian Gray are talking from the standpoint of doing it again. They keep doing it. They keep doing it week after week, and they're talking about, hey, I'm in the process. I'm a dog.
They're not talking about this.
They're doing it again.
They're going to practice. They're not going to doing it to practice. They're doing it in the game.
Nobody talking about no practice. Hey, look, man, preparation. We got that.
Yeah, that's because every week it's the same schedule.
Yeah,
nothing changes.
Yes,
we go to practice every day. It's not
running back, same approach. Yo, what are you talking about? Standard we got. We do that every day.
He said, I don't know what the team got, but we got a standard.
Making plays in the game. That's what we do.
And it's like, dang, Riley, at least we're force feeding you big plays in the game. You're not even talking about that. You talk about the stuff you hearing in the press conferences and on Twitter, and your mind ain't right. Your mind ain't right. You're too fidgety up at the podium for me. It's like every question is hitting you right in the heart, and you can't stop moving. Like, come on, man. You like, I don't know, man. Maybe the you know, they thought this was gonna be last year, where we can give you $2 million and you just look good for Macy's photos all the day.
So before he stepped away, someone asked Christian, when did you know you were ready? When did you know that you were ready? Listen to what he said, Love.
We knew by El Paso that we knew we was gonna step up. Like, we knew we had to step up what we had to do, and we knew that everybody's gonna be leaving, DJ and everybody else, Cam. So we just knew it's like, okay, it's our time. We got to step up. We got to really like have team. Well, we have like team glory. We had to come up because of the team, and we get individual glory because of the team. So yeah.
Yo, he ain't talk about practice.
It's our time.
He said it's our time.
It's our time.
He said we knew we needed to step up.
How did we know we were ready? It's our time.
It's our time. He said we knew everybody was leaving. There was a place open. Yes. And we can step right in and do our thing. Yes. He ain't talk about, no, I got to go earn the trust in practice. I got to go clean it up. He said, no. I knew in El Paso that they're going to be dependent on me. What are we talking about? I was ready last year. I didn't have to get ready in practice and get told I was going to play. I was ready to go, man. And that's what we're seeing from that secondary. They always ready to go. Now they need to work on finishing, but hell, they in position. They competing. I don't know what Mike Mickens is telling them, but we might have to get Mike Mickens back on and be like, what's the secret sauce?
Right.
Why you ain't put that secret sauce in the QB room? You
Share.
just keep it. Yeah,
Share
you
with
keep
everybody
it. You keep it to yourself. What's up with that? What you trying to, sprinkle that on the offensive side, And so I really think that the swag got to come back, and Riley Leonard has no swag right now. He has no confidence. He's trying to glorify bad parts of the game. I mean, hell, I would like to hear from the rest of the QB room. I know it don't matter. I know we're not going to hear from him. But, I mean, even the QB room can boost his confidence. But where is Riley can pull it from? Gino don't know how to help you. Denbrock is struggling to help you. The other quarterback's feeling jaded. Can you lean on Marcus Freeman? Marcus Freeman's copping for you. Who is Riley Leonard leaning on? It's hard when you a transfer from off the streets. And that's what makes it hard for any transfer off the streets, given this much responsibility. It's because you have nothing to lean on. It's really because of you. Man. You have to come in being so good that the team's like, damn, we didn't even know we needed you. You know what I'm saying? We coming to you for things. What Steve say last year? Steve said, man, Sam came in, I was his best friend. I carried his books, I rubbed his feet, told him what to do, fed him food. Man, wherever he went, I went. Who is Riley leaning on? How can he lean on Gino Goodell? Gino's like, bro, me and you, I can try to develop you, but you can't even be available for practice. So it's all the way around a tough spot for Riley to be in, being an unfinished product, being the jolly green giant that he is, not used to the high level stakes of criticism at this level. Because think about it, he was always used to being the best player. He got the most excuses. He got the most unnecessary, unreasonable pub. He got the most, pseudo accolades and high praise because he was on a bad team around him. Now we're like, okay, you are not the best player on this offense. You're making some mistakes. We need some answers. We need some answers. We're not looking at nobody else. We're not looking at the left side of the O-line. We're not looking at the tight ends. We're not looking at the running backs doing good. We're looking at Riley Leonard because, unfortunately, his game requires him to be having the ball 90% of the snaps. That's what Marcus Freeman committed to starting him, because if you started Steve, you would see the offense in different aspects because Steve knows he's not the best player on the team, has never been asked to do the work, the lion's share of the work on offense. Understands how important the running game is because without that, what is Steve? That's where Steve comes in because we have a running game. At least he can complement the running game by not having to do the most. Riley literally has to do the most for us to get a positive thing out of him. He's got to run 50-yard touchdowns. He's got to make guys miss. Because if Riley couldn't do that, he's really bad then. Does everybody see what I'm saying? So it's a tough position to be in because we need you to be effective, but you can only be effective if you have the ball all the time. And that's not a mark of a great team. That's the mark of a terrible offense. Look, any basketball team that the best player has to score all the points, it's a bad team, dog.
See, we need a Steph Curry at quarterback, Left.
Oh, man.
Somebody that's great with off-the-ball movement.
Off the ball.
Somebody like, hey, man, Jeremiah Jadari, y'all carry the ball 40 times a game.
Just kick it to me in the corner. I'm going to knock it down every time.
Take this screen pass. But I tell y'all what. If I drop back or we go play action and I got a clean pocket,
it's over.
It's bottoms.
Point bottom every time. String music every time. So y'all do most of the heavy lifting. When it's my turn, I'm finna be accurate. What you mean? You shouldn't even question. You should be excited.
Matter of fact, take it to an extreme. I'll struggle finding my way during the regular season. But guess what? When we get to the playoffs, we face that Serbia type team. I'm about to go crazy.
About to go crazy.
I'm about to go crazy. Oh, when it comes, you want to close, you need somebody to close the deal against France? I got you.
We making this hard like he's LeBron. He's not LeBron. He can't play the point. He can't score the points. He can't dish the ball, and it's all flowing through LeBron. He's not LeBron.
No.
Let him be his nice little JJ Redick or something.
He needs the ball. Steph doesn't need the ball in his hands.
Steph don't need the ball now.
He drives you crazy without the ball.
Yeah, he's more effective without it. That's what Riley should be, more effective without the football. So when he get these 50-yard runs, we can appreciate him because it came out of left field because we so focused on everybody else getting involved. It's like we got Allen Iverson, all the dribbles, pass the damn ball, man. He want to dribble up and down the court.
Somebody else. Come on, man.
Allen Iverson had to be ball dominant, though.
Come on, man. Come on.
He had to be ball dominant.
I agree, but there's a lot of ball dominant guys in the NBA. Use somebody else, man. I can't.
He a Russ Westbrook.
He a
Russell Westbrook.
Okay, that's better. That's better.
He's a Russell Westbrook at the Lakers trying to take all LeBron shots.
Yes, Harden is perfect. James Harden is perfect. That's perfect. That's an absolute perfect come. Thank you, Marvin Bell. Thank you, James Harden. Yes, thank you.
Russell Westbrook is way better.
Through the leg, step back through, short, like the underthrown passes. Yes, perfect come.
No, it's Russell Westbrook. Brick a shot and then run fast as hell down the field, fast as hell down the court, get a layup. You working hard. You 94 feet from taking the ball out to scoring a layup in traffic. That's Riley Leonard. But going to brick a layup, brick a 3-point, going to take a 3-point when he don't need one. Because it's got to be about him, I guess. But I'm telling you, like Tyler, but he going to work hard for them yards. He going to stiff arm a dude, jump over a guy, run a dude over.
He runs hard.
Taking double teams, taking triple teams. He thinking he Kobe. And he'll have some highlight plays where you like, man, that's a triple-double, man. You had a 300 yards, 150 passing, 150 rushing on 6 million attempts. 6 million carries.
You said 6 million attempts.
Jesus Christ.
Ladies and gentlemen, MALIK, ZAIRE, SHAUN Davis, Lucky Lefty podcast. Also, Cooper Flanagan is going to miss this game with an injury. Hopefully they get Gabriel Rubio back this week. That would be huge to stop Jeff Brom, who's going to come in and try to run the ball. He's going to be a slick, slippery fellow for Al Golden to try to corral this week. Jeff Brom is a great game planner, man. Remember, Jeff Brom picked up on Notre Dame and the defensive ends not setting the edge properly and crashing down too aggressively and ran speed option with Jack Plummer.
It was killing us.
It was killing Notre Dame. So he's watching the film. He's watching Northern Illinois. He's watching Miami, Ohio, who came in. I broke it down. 23 rushes for 101 yards from the running backs for 4.3 yards per carry. This is from the worst rushing attack in FBS coming into the game. They put up 101 and 23 rushes for 4.3 against Notre Dame's front. So now, do you think Jeff Brom isn't going to run the ball on Saturday? Hey, we'll see what happens. But Lucky Lefty podcast. On the way out, man, let me tell you something. Ladies and gentlemen, if today you don't see what we saw yesterday and take a great lesson in it, first of all, let me encourage everybody in their everyday life. Don't let anyone tell you what you can or cannot do. All things are possible. And when I see these young men that play the quarterback position that are put in horrible situations with horrible head coaches and a horrible protection as far as putting them in the right system, giving them time to flourish and grow, head coaches not making them the scapegoat for their failures, Matt Eberflus.
Don't do that.
Because while Justin Fields is flourishing,
Don't
You
do that.
you still stink as a head coach. And yesterday's game further certified that.
Hold on, they almost came back.
Misuse of timeouts.
They almost came back though.
Once again, misuse of timeouts. We saw it on Sunday Night Football. It reared its ugly head once again. But no, you made Justin Fields the scapegoat. You came before the people and said, we got to get better at the quarterback position. Never mind that you blew or broke the record for the most fourth quarter leads given up. You broke the record. That means you had the lead. Justin Fields gave you the lead, and your defense gave up the lead. The most in any season in NFL history.
Any season.
But we got to get better at the quarterback. Okay, so you go get a better quarterback. Offensive line still stinks. You can't stop teams in the fourth quarter defensively. And you're still bad at managing the game. What's changed? I thought the quarterback was supposed to change everything. But Justin Fields goes to an actual organization left with a history of development. A history of good offensive coordinators with a few bad ones sprinkled in here and there.
Just a few though. Just a few. Not the head coach. They get the head coach right.
Yeah.
They get the head coach right every time.
All of a sudden, Justin Fields is getting rid of the ball. He's not holding it. He's accurate. What? Wait, he can actually play the quarterback position. Malik Willis left for dead by the Titans.
Oh, left for dead. Oh my God, left for dead.
A real coach that can coach offensive football.
Yep.
And call plays, gets him. It was doom and gloom. Remember, Jordan Love went down. Bears fans were jumping up and down. Oh, the Packers are about to be terrible this year. Wait a minute. They got a better record than you. They just back-to-back wins with Malik Willis.
Back-to-back, good, solid wins.
But I thought Malik Willis was garbage. He was worse than Will Levis. Ladies and gentlemen, what does this mean for Notre Dame?
Will Levis is actually terrible.
Yes, he is. He's absolutely terrible. Mel Kiper should have retired just off the take that he was the best quarterback in that draft. Yes. He should go sit down right now. And that horrible take about the Tampa 2 should be outlawed last week. Football's passed you by.
You've been stuck in that. You gotta get some fresh air, dog. You gotta go touch grass because he's gotten too deep into the hole where he can't even see the way out.
Bad organizations ruin good players.
Absolutely.
They ruin them. We see it over and over and over again. And I've never witnessed an era of people that are supposed to be teachers that don't want to teach. They want the check. They want the accolades. They want the love, but they don't want to teach. They don't actually want to do the first thing that their job calls for. They don't want to do it. And it's sad. It's absolutely sad. It just saddens me, Left. So you know what, Matt Eberflus, you're on the way out the door anyway. Didn't I say this is going to happen, Left? Didn't I say
on his way out this early?
Didn't I say this? I said for the third consecutive young quarterback, the Bears are about to give them 2 coaches and a brand new coach. Wait. The last 3 quarterbacks drafted have had to have a brand new head coach in their second year. Left.
Eberflus is getting fired?
That's about Mitch Trubisky had John Fox. He got Matt Nagy the second year. Oh, man. Justin Fields had Matt Nagy. He got Matt Eberflus the second year. Caleb Williams is going to have Matt Eberflus the first year. He's about to get another one the second year.
You think they're going to fire him?
It's a bad organization.
You think they're going to fire Matt Eberflus?
Yes, he's about to get fired. They were talking about winning 10 games.
It's only week 3.
They're not winning 10 games, Left.
Come on. They're winning.
Wait. Are they better than the Vikings, Left? Let's be honest.
Oh, hell no. Not right now.
Are they better than Detroit?
Not right now.
Are they better than the Packers?
All right. Oh, that's the one of
They're the worst. Wait, no. Are they better than the Packers without Jordan Love?
Wait a minute. Y'all talking about this is one of the better divisions in football right now. This is one of the best divisions in football.
It is. It is.
In football. That's out of all 32 teams.
And they're the worst team in it.
They're the worst team and the best division. That's not the worst team in football.
They're the worst team in the division.
But that's the best division right now.
Left. Look, I'm not mad. Because see, I'm not mad at Caleb. I saw what I needed to see from Caleb.
Caleb will be all right.
You get Caleb a real offense. You get Caleb a real offensive line. All that stuff will take care of itself. But why have you had a bad offensive line for the last 5 years with young quarterbacks?
Boy, that's what Joe Burrow's going through. He went through that. Hell, DeShaun going through that. Well, he got injuries. DeShaun got injuries. But the best division.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You just
Lions, Bears, and Vikings.
You just named 3 quarterbacks: Bengals, Browns, Bears. Bad organizations. All organizations are named. You just named 3 organizations. They all stink.
So the Lions organization is so much better now. Is with the Lions organization a bad organization?
Because the owner passed away. His wife took over, and his wife said, "I know nothing about football. Let me go hire football people to run it."
Okay, that's fair.
Yes. That's fair. That changed everything. So if that's what it takes for the Bears, if someone needs to pass away, I don't want to wish that upon somebody. Bob Wirtz passed away. Rocky Wirtz took over. The Blackhawks won 3 Stanley Cups.
Y'all the oldest football team around. What you mean? Y'all the first. How you say somebody got to die off y'all first?
You know who the Bears are? Wait, you know who the Bears are? You know all these, because you guys like you and I already know we love spots.
Oh my God.
Each brand new grocery stores. Both of us love the new grocery stores left that you can walk in and you can actually get a hot bar.
Yeah, those are
You
great.
can have them throw a steak. You could pick your steak, have them throw the steak on the grill, cook it for you.
Those are real nice.
You can go get some gelato up front. You know, you can get some pizza up front. They got a nice bakery.
Got a fruit station. They cut
all
up
of that
fruit right there.
Right. You can get your popcorn over here. It's the greatest thing ever. It's the greatest thing ever.
So funny.
With all of that. See, that's the Kansas City Chiefs. That's the Kansas City Chiefs. That's the Philadelphia Eagles. That's San Francisco 49ers. They're those type of grocery stores. You know who the Bears are? You know who the Bears are?
All these?
You remember? No, not even that. You know that corner store in the neighborhood with the old man that's been there through like generations. He's still living, still holding on.
Oh my God.
Still holding on. He knows your brothers, your sisters, your mother, your father, your grandmother, your grandfather. He knows everybody. He knows everybody in the neighborhood. He knows all the prep star legends, every generation. He could tell you all the stories. He could tell you what they used to come in and buy when they were kids, what chips they like, what juice they like, what candy they like, sour pickle with the peppermint stick in the middle. He could tell you everything. That's the Chicago Bears, a mom and pop operation. Amongst all of these great mega grocery stores, that's who they are. That's how they operate. That's how they run their business. That's it. And they just think that things are going to get better because they ordered in the brand new Lime Flaming Hots. We added the Lime Flaming Hots to the regular Flaming Hots. It's about the pop for us now. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. You're in the same location. Nobody's coming here. No one's coming to this block.
They're not making their way over.
No one wants to come in here to get carjacked. No, nobody's doing that.
You said carjacked.
No, and that's the Bears. It's an embarrassment right now, Left. It's an embarrassment. And I don't want Notre Dame to ever approach anything like that. Do not allow the operation to become so embedded. And you know what I'm talking about. The way this quarterback situation has been handled, the last 5 years, hey, you have to break this cycle. Marcus Freeman, the cycle has to be broken. It has to be broken. This spring, we got to win ugly this year. We know what it is. We realize it. It can be done. We can still get to the playoffs.
Yeah,
it can be done. It can be done. Great defense. I stand on the defense. Stand on it. Just, oh man, we're gonna have to win ugly in offense. It is what it is. But come springtime, it's time to have a real conversation. First with yourself, then with your staff, and then with the 3 quarterbacks in that quarterback room. A real conversation.
That's a real conversation that needs
real conversation. And come out of that spring with a do. That's it. Stop all this. We got a fall quarterback competition. Stop that.
Stop that. That was done when y'all start paying guys. So it's over with. That's over.
You guys want to get mad and transfer, then oh well.
Oh well.
Stop that competition stuff. Stop that competition stuff. Stop it. Wrap on that. Make a decision, man. Make a decision.
Not in this day and age.
He out here trying to date 2 girls on the same cheerleading squad. No. You think you're gonna be able to pull that off?
It's too much social media. It's too much, you're gonna get caught up before you even get rolling. And then you're gonna end up with none. That's how it always happens.
Eventually one of them is gonna sneak off with your varsity coat and wear it down the hallway. Eventually. And it's not gonna look good.
Yeah. You got 3 QBs, you got none. Stop doing that. Get one, rock with. I mean, now you're rocking with one, but you have the chance to make it better. You're not doing it. You're not doing it.
And if the springtime is not enough to make a decision, I don't know what else. Hey, well, I don't know what else you want. Lucky Lefty podcast. Great show today, love. We see you guys Wednesday. We tape Players Only tomorrow and Lucky Legends. And we'll see you guys Wednesday morning to talk about Marcus Freeman, what he said today in his press conference. And then we'll talk a little bit about what the players have to say tomorrow in their press conference, man. Apple Podcast, Spotify, audio edibles every day, patreon.com/Lucky Lefty Network. $5 per month gives you first access to the Players Only podcast with MALIK, ZAIRE, Reggie Brooks, Oscar McBride, Jerron Jones, CJ Procyse, DC Curry, and more guests coming throughout the year. Lucky Lefty Podcast on TikTok, Twitter, X, Instagram, subscribe, and then YouTube, Lucky Lefty Network. Subscribe, share, hit the thumbs up for us. Leave your comments and questions. We respond to all. For my guy Left, SD2 Mics, I guess enjoy the Monday Night Football matchup. It's 2 tonight, so enjoy them both, and we'll see you guys tonight. Yeah, they got 2 games tonight. They gave us the double feature.
Something must be going on. Who's playing?
The matchups are kind of, I don't want to spit out
Cincinnati and whoever they playing.
Well, anytime Cincinnati plays, it's a boring game. So,
here we go. That was exciting last week when they played the Chiefs.
Yeah, because of the Chiefs.
What you mean? The Bengals was winning
because of it. But it was exciting because of the Chiefs. No. I'll take that back. It's actually, Jaguars and Bills early at 6:30. Okay,
it's not bad. Yeah, it's not
bad. And then Commanders and Bengals. I want to watch Jaden. I want to watch Daniels.
Don't act like you don't want to see Cincinnati play. First of all, Cincinnati's an exciting team this year.
I'm tuning in to watch Jalen Daniels. You're a Cincinnati Bengals fan, Left. I can't speak for you.
So now you're not gonna act like Cincinnati's not exciting to watch with Joe Beasy?
You talking about the same team that lost to the Patriots?
Man, listen, that last week was exciting to watch.
I guess you're right, Left. I'm sorry. It would be exciting to watch them get their first win on the season. You're right. You're right, Left. That is exciting. You're right, Left. You're right.
Crazy.
You're right. Because Jay Daniels has his first win this year. Yeah, he beat the Giants.
He beat Tampa too, right?
No, they lost to Tampa. They lost to Tampa, but they beat the Giants. Tampa got wrecked yesterday.
Man, they let both.
Texans got wrecked too.
But the Vikings, man, that defense has been, holding. Now the Texans, for them to score, 7?
Brian Flores might not be a good head coach, but that dude is
He a good head coach, man. They forced him out.
I know for darn sure he's an elite defensive coordinator. I know that without
For sure. But you know, they're not gonna get that brother no
credit.
credit.
You know how I know that? He shows up. He's out coached Kyle Shanahan 3 times in the last 3 years. Head up. Ladies and gents, Brian Flores is a real deal as a DC.
For sure.
Man.
They know that. They just, you know how the game go.
All right, we'll see y'all Wednesday. Don't forget patreon.com, that new Players Lounge, Players Only, Lucky Legends podcast dropping tomorrow. We spin it different.